endlessly searching for an original sin.
Bear and purity sin on the bully hunters and discussing other degeneracy. I hope everybody likes this sexy layout that I have going. I'm joined this evening by the one, the only, the complete dirtbag, Purity Sin.
Bitch, you just scared the hell out of me.
Oh,
no
I'm glad.
warning at all?
That's what you get for fucking gobbing off in my chat.
We were listening to Asia.
Hmm?
We were listening to Asia over on my stream. You could have given me a heads up we were doing the intro.
Nah.
See how he is, guys?
Look, right? Shut up. How's it going?
Hi, honey. And
You
hello
right?
to everyone in the streams.
Yeah, we're joined by currently 88 people. 91 now. We have Nothing For You here. Dave Mack, Mimi Sardinia, Philip Daniel, Ken Bator, TA. I can't pronounce that. Einherjar Madcat. Yeah, you with a strange name. Jesse, the Fennec Fox as well, and a whole host of other people, including the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen Blackman's in the chat, making sure that the like ratio is correct. The chat is saying hello to you, Purity.
Hi, guys. And hi to everyone in my two chats over on Twitch and over on YouTube. Hi.
I would say hello to your chat, but your chat's gay.
Oh, they are. They're wonderfully gay. Not as gay as your second channel, though.
You are not as gay as my second. My second channel is a cesspit of debauchery. Ah, shit! I've just banned someone from my chat. Undo.
Oh, guys, he's banning. You should come over to my chat. We never ban.
No, don't go to hers. I was trying to give someone a wrench, actually.
Yeah, it's going so fast. I can see that.
Yeah, because it was going too fast for me to give the motherfucker a wrench. Yeah, so for those wondering if why I've been doing so much homoerotic visual novel reading with moaning included, you can blame you can blame this one over here.
To be fair, I offered him some wonderfully straight ones, and he wouldn't take them. He didn't want to show you guys how he can corrupt a Disney princess or a Jedi. So you
Not
can yell
yet.
at him.
I will get there. I mean, at the minute, I've got the furry one, which actually isn't just for the gays. I was mistaken. Amorous is for everybody.
I'm going to be checking it out live on stream soon.
Oh, what my not my version. You doing it?
I'm going to be doing it live on stream soon. I'm getting a whole bunch of games together to do for a massive live stream fun.
Oh, good. Maybe I might join you, Sin, if you're lucky.
Ooh, yay!
So I can read the male parts for you. I really should get back to doing normal content on Irate Alex. It's just full of sex pest stuff at the moment.
I don't think you guys are you guys in his chat complaining that you're getting lots of sex from Bear?
I'm not so sure that my subscribers enjoy the homoerotic content, to be honest.
I hope you guys do like corrupting Disney princesses. Go check out Princess Trainer. It's one of the most fun ones I've done, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it.
Yeah, so anyway, moving on to the actual topic of the live stream, we are going to be talking about the bully hunters.
Oh yes, the women, they need the protection.
Exactly. So what are your thoughts on the bully hunters?
Other than the stream was beyond cringy and fake as can be? Did they really get pissed off because a guy told them to make a fucking sandwich? Are they that bad at making sandwiches?
They are just cancer, to be honest. As far to summarize the whole thing up, to me, it just looked like a massive ploy to sell headsets.
Yes, from what people were noticing, apparently they were going to do a special Bully Hunters headset, which, what's weird is the Bully Hunters symbol looks a lot like the one coming from the upcoming American McGee's Alice game. I wonder if they could have stolen the design from that. Someone might want to go tell American that one.
Naughty. Very naughty. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have watched Mr. Metica's video on it. I think I've seen at least one other video on it as well. I was going to do, myself and Purity Sim were going to do a collaboration effort talking about it, but we just decided that we'll just do a live stream about it because we're both lazy. I also took the liberty of downloading Metica's video just in case, because the leader of Bully Hunters, the bitch who blocked me on fucking Twitter, when I tried to warn her about the possible repercussions of her actions, is going around false DMCAing other content creators that talk about the Bully Hunter program.
Not just her, she's got an entire group of white knights doing it, and they'll also follow you on Twitter if you make fun of her. Or the Bully Hunters themselves.
It's funny because one of their white knights was already following me before the announcement of the Bully Hunter program. And I tweeted about it. You know, I took a screenshot of their Twitter account that they're using for the bully hunting, you know, just sort of going, oh my God, it's real. And then I get one of their white knights immediately in my mentions.
Oh, he was fun.
The black fella, who immediately unfollowed me and said, leave them alone.
Oh yeah, he started following me, and now every time I mention them, he retweets it and just insults me. Guys, he's insulting a poor innocent girl for having her own opinion. Isn't that bullying?
I know. It's not. I wasn't even criticizing them.
I was.
Initially, I know, I saw.
I cannot stand quote unquote girls like that, dumb broads like that.
Booby streamers. I don't even know if they're booby streamers or not.
No, I've seen her stream. She very much is a booby streamer.
Oh, well, there you go then. She's confirmed my suspicions already.
She also likes to call people faggots.
I saw that. Marching around calling people bullies whilst being a bully.
Yeah. Isn't it always seem to be the ones that are always, we need to stop bullying, we need to protect the girls? Don't they always just seem to be the worst ones of them all?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like they're hiding something and they don't think it'll be found.
I know, right? Well, why is it that people like yourself or Brittany Venti can just get on with it and sort of dish out the banter back?
Because most actual female gamers can. The ones that are whining and stuff like that. Because I've been in many of multiplayer games where I'll be quiet on the mic because I'll be concentrating, and somebody will enter, and this is what I'll hear. Oh my God, guys, I'm new, and I'm totally a girl. Can you tell me, like, how to get some skins, or could you, like, give me some skins? Those are those types. They just want money.
Yeah. I couldn't think of any other reason for booby streamers to be booby streamers. And they're often the ones that get away with being little cunts as well on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
I find. We all know that Twitch mods are basically Nazis and will ban you for the slightest piece of bullshit. But if you're a booby streamer and you get your fanny out on stream, then you just get a temporary ban for like 30 days or something like that. If that.
It's nuts. The reason, one of the reasons I don't show my face online is because I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing. I'd prefer just having my mascot or one of them out there as the image, and I'd rather just do it and show that I can game. Even if I suck at a game, I'm having fun, and I'm hoping the fans are having fun. That's more important than going, oh my God, you need to throw hundreds of dollars into the stream and give me all these rare skins, and if you don't, I'm going to call it bullying. Oh, why are you telling me to make you a sandwich just because I suck?
You know, my immediate thought was like, oh, they make rape threats. Well, threaten to rape them back then.
Exactly. I've done it many a times. Do you know how many times in a multiplayer game I yell, suck my dick? And trust me, it always is priceless to get a response, because usually most guys are like, what? Oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah. It's more than likely, going to freak them the fuck out, if anything.
If you don't feel comfortable talking on mic in a game, that's fine. You know, I didn't for the longest time. I had to kind of get used to streaming and stuff before I would start doing it. But if you don't, that's fine. But if you're really that bothered that guys are shit-talking or girls are shit-talking in a game, then don't play it. Or just play it muted. You can mute the voice chats. You don't have to be part of them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why you couldn't just play with your friends or just mute yourself and not talk. Or if you are going to talk, then be prepared, because everybody gets abused, not just the whammins.
It makes me wonder if these girls even have actual friends to play with.
Well, they certainly have a crew of individuals, of very authoritarian individuals.
Oh, Jimmy, I love going dominatrix in games. I suck at first-person shooters. Well, I won't. Well, I'll be better once I have my new setup. But I love getting on there and making commands and stuff. And most of the guys I play with have a blast with it. You should see what happens when I get on Russian servers with Left 4 Dead 2. I have so much of a blast, and so do they. As long as you're having fun, most of the people will have fun. And yeah, you get one or two people, they're like, I'm gonna rape you! And shit like that because they're way too hardcore into the game. All you have to do is go, honey, bring it on, I'll give you my address. And they're usually like, what? You shit talk back, and most of the time they just stop, or they shit talk better. Just tell them to get into their own league.
Hermit Unbiased in the chat is completely correct. Just embrace the vulgarity.
Exactly. That's why I laugh when all these game journalists will go into a game and they're like, oh my god, it's so vulgar. Yes, welcome to gaming. Or my favorite one, have you seen the new one with Overwatch? They're having heart attacks because people are too nice.
What?
Yeah, apparently there was an article about Overwatch, which I've never played it, but some journalist was complaining because everyone always says, I guess, great game at the end on voice chat and stuff, and they were having a heart attack over that.
Was this Polygon by any chance?
It was either Polygon or Kotaku. I can't remember. It was one of those two.
Yeah.
Those two are pure fucking cancer, and so does a lot of them as starting out to look.
I don't understand how they can call themselves gaming journalists when there's no research, and they quite clearly have never played many of the games they're moaning about. Like, didn't Polygon do an article moaning about Far Cry 5?
Yeah, a couple did, because the quote-unquote Trump supporters were the good guys, because, you know, having a bit of country fun means you gotta be a bad hillbilly redneck.
Of course. Fuck's sake. I mean, everything with these people has to have some kind of political message.
Did you ever see the one, it was a couple years ago, and I know this was Kotaku. Oh, was it Lords of Shadow 2? I want to say the Castlevania one. She got to see the opening scene before anyone else, and she complained it was rape. And even the developers were like, what? But it's just Dracula biting a girl. That's rape! Oh, okay.
If anything, it's assault.
Yeah.
GBH, grievously bodily harm.
I've seen them bitch about the smallest thing, and as a gamer, and as a female gamer especially, and I hate saying that now because of them, I do sometimes hate going into multiplayer games, not because of the guys, but because when I finally say something, you'll hear all the guys go quiet, because they don't want to have to deal with that shit either, and I understand that. And I feel bad for you guys. No matter what you say in a game, you're going to get that one girl that's going to be like, I have to go to Kotaku. He was mean to me. I need to get the bully hunters.
Bully Hunter!
I laugh so hard because my my Twitch name is Chaotic Hunters, and now I'm like, damn it, now I got to change it because of you people.
Fuck's sake. Hold on a minute. Hello.
So while he's talking to family, I loaded all 3 chats. Oh, Durago baby, I know you follow me from my voice. Yep, that scene was taken out of context. Of course it was. They don't understand context. Holy shit, they complain about the smallest things. You can make a game about a baby kitten crawling around and collecting strawberries, and they'll still say it's rape and it's problematic. Hell, they're bitching about Lara Croft now. They're saying Lara Croft is problematic now.
Of course they are. She's white.
Yeah, exactly. That's the complaint. She's too white. I'm like, actually, looking at her, she looks a little Asian.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, you know, they clearly downsized their titties.
Yeah, because originally it was a mistake that they did, but I prefer big-titted Lara Croft, but that's just me.
Yeah, I prefer big titties as well. And yes, chat, I have started drinking Monster again, but in moderation. All right, when I stopped drinking it, right, I would get extremely hyper because caffeine has the opposite effects on me. Having one Monster tends to keep me calm. Stop fucking moaning, all right? I'm not gonna have a heart attack, I promise.
You know, speaking of Laura Croft, do you remember how much they complained about the newer games and how they said they were sexist and that the writer should be ashamed of himself?
Yeah.
The writer was a female. In fact, she's a pedigree writer. She's the daughter of Terry Pratchett, who created Discworld. But she should be ashamed of herself.
Mm. Of course.
You guys
Of
notice
course.
a
But
pattern
nothing's
here?
ever good enough, you see. She doesn't rank high enough on the I forget what it's called. Always escapes me.
The problematic scale?
No, well, the oppression Olympics, the
Oh, there we
pyramid.
go.
I always forget what the pyramid's called. It's escaped me now. It'll come back to me in a second. Someone in the chat will let me know. Progressive stack, thank you. Biting chicken, progressive stack. Yeah, that's how they rank themselves, you see, social justice warriors. You know, the people at the top, you know, they're black, they are trans, women, you know, and they've got an arm off and they've got Down syndrome. And, you know, they've got like a smelly fanny or something like that as well.
Oh.
You know, there you go.
Tack, you're right. They had a shit fit over Bayonetta, even though her designer is female. She was a power fantasy by her designer. And you know what? I fucking love Bayonetta. I think it's one of my favorite game series. He's good.
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan.
Oh, you know what? I know a couple of guys that aren't fans of it.
No,
it's mostly the controls.
No, it wasn't the controls. Well, yeah, it was a little bit the controls, but what's the company that made it again? I always forget their name. Japanese company.
Or no, not Platinum. Was it Platinum? Yeah, it was.
Was it Platinum? The devs?
Yeah, because they did the Transformers game and the Ninja Turtles and everything like that. It's made by the guy who made Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I've played Devil May Cry as well. I can't stand those games either. The controls are clunky, the movement's clunky, the gameplay. I find it just all shit.
Well,
I mean, other than visually it's stunning. You can't take that away. But other than that, I find everything else to be poo.
Yeah, I can see that. I like them, but I started playing the HD for Devil May Cry 1, and yeah, I can see the clunkiness. But again, wasn't that like early in the PlayStation 2 era, so it's kind of forgivable for that? I just kind of wish the HD had fixed that.
I don't know. I've not played any of those kinds of games in quite some time. I tend to stick to, now that you've introduced me to it, I'm now playing these filthy games where I get to choose whether I get to bum someone's head off or whether I get to choose to come on their face or not.
Well, give me about 2 more weeks and we'll do some Killing Floor.
Yeah, I do have Killing Floor 2. I don't have it installed yet. I was gifted it last week.
It is so much fun. Gears of War has shitty controls. I've never played Gears of War.
I played the first one, I think. I never played any of the sequels after that.
I like what Low Sanity said. She's white, good-looking, and strong. Clearly a violation of feminism.
Of course it is, because white feminism is cancer, you see.
All feminism has become cancer.
Well, it's all of it is cancer, yes. But of course, intersectionality is the best form. That's like the pinnacle of feminism at the moment.
It's sad because I was doing Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and I had to read the word problematic and I just stopped and glared at it for a minute because they've ruined that word. I just look at them like I know it's an actual word. Damn it. Still pisses me off when I see it.
There was some, for those who don't know, on my second channel, I did a Let's Play of a furry dating sim yesterday, right? And as I was playing it, as I was creating my character, I was asked what I identify as. I nearly fucking blew a gasket immediately.
See how much this shit has ruined, like, different words for everyone?
Yeah. I was just like, oh, my boner's already been killed.
It's too problematic. I'm
I
sorry.
was half tempted to click and see what options came up, but if I had done that, because I Rate Alex isn't for social or political stuff. I Rate Alex is for my silly side, if you get me. It's for me to play games. It's for me to do reaction videos. It's for me to do commentary videos, stuff like that. You know. Stop telling me to go back to Mexico, Magog.
Don't get your ass back to Mexico.
I'm not Mexican.
We'll throw you across the fucking border. And he goes quiet.
Stop it. That's racist. I'm calling the bully hunters on you.
It's not racist because I'm not white. Only white people can be racist, don't you know?
What are you?
I'm a mixture of a lot of things.
Go on, you fucking mongrel.
Yes, exactly. But I'm also dark, so I have more power than you.
Well, how much darker are you than me?
Depends on how long I'm standing in the sun.
Yeah, I tend to go bronze in the sun.
I tend to
The
go black.
the back of my neck turns into HMS Midnight when I'm tanning, if you like.
Oh, I've been doing so much running in the sun now. I'm starting to get darker again, and it feels really cool. Like, my neighbors aren't recognizing me. I think it's funny. Oh, somebody in my chat identifies an attack helicopter. Hell yeah!
Yeah, of course they do. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you identify as an attack helicopter, please?
Put 4 if you identify as a gay bear.
I'm not a gay bear. I'm a bi bear.
Okay, I'm sorry. Bye, bear.
You
bye,
know,
bye, bear.
You know, I'm kind of glad actually that the first take of Full Service Corrupted.
Second one was better?
Nah, the first one, I guess the first one was better for viewing pleasure, if you like, but I was getting a bit, you know, happy, if you like.
Oh, guys. Oh, let's hear a moan. Who wants to hear Irate Bear moan?
No, you said that
Come
my
on.
moans were crap. You said that.
Yeah, I know. You've got to practice.
I'm not practicing right now.
Oh, it's so easy, though.
Yeah, you're a woman.
He's a bearsexual, somebody in my chat said.
There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Echo says he sexually identifies as a sound wave.
My people are asking for it. Moan, 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 moan.
My people are asking for it as well. They can fuck off and all.
Come on, guys, put $1 in the chat and ask him to moan. Oh, God, they're spamming like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they are. Stop it.
My chat are being good boys and girls.
Stop it, you sex pests. If you want to hear my moans, you have to go subscribe to Irate Alex and you have to watch the entire videos from start to finish.
It is a good video.
You didn't like it?
Put $1 in. Nice.
Or someone donated to you to hear me moan.
No, they literally just put $1. Oh, somebody put enough bits for it, so they're saying moan, bear, bitch.
Yeah, that's Purity Sin's money. It's not mine.
There you go.
For fuck's sake.
And that's not even trying.
Didn't you have to do like a video where you had to moan for a good hour because the entire thing was a sex scene?
Yes, and I've had to do voice acting for an upcoming game where I've had to do a lot of moan takes. And it's always funny to work with a voice director. We need you to moan a little deeper. We need you to moan a little more like this. And it's just like, I can't take this shit seriously. You understand that, right? Oh, she was faking it. Oh, baby. Oh. I can't do it too loud with this mic, sorry.
My fucking ears.
Try having to hear that for 30 minutes. There's an actual recording that's coming up where they actually put that in where all the background sound is just that. So I'm like, I have to keep muting this shit. Shut up.
Remind me not to play that game then.
Yeah, I'll warn you if you do want to try it.
For fuck's sake.
We all fake it. And yeah. Age restricted.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. My streams aren't monetized anyway, so...
Someone owes me more than $1.
What, $2?
The UN is still trying to ban anime. Is that fucking serious? Are they?
Really?
I know they had a hissy fit with hentai, and Japan basically gave them the finger.
Oh, there are people in my chat asking you to do that again. Don't do it again.
If you guys want to hear it, just go over to my channel. I do it plenty of times in videos. And hey, for $10 on my Patreon, you can get a soundbite of whatever you want. And trust me, I've had to say some really naughty things.
It's funny because I also have a reward on my Patreon and Maker Support, where you can get a 30-second to a 1-minute recording once a month.
Do it.
If you're interested.
Do it. Go show the bear some love.
You're not getting it though until payday.
Well, yeah, you always give it to him the next month. That's how I do it.
The best way to tell if a man is faking it, he is having sex.
Hentai is art. Believe it or not, a lot of famous anime people also do hentai, so.
You know, the only thing that I say when I, climax is, I'm a millionaire.
Your wife must laugh her ass off.
The first time I did it, I didn't realize I'd done it. And she was like, did you just say I'm a millionaire? Well, I went, no. And I went, no. She went, you did? I went, no, I didn't. And now I do it on purpose.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I suppose we've already moved on from
$20 from Tazzy. Purity, are you corrupting irate bear? Did I really have to try that hard?
I was already corrupted beforehand. It's just I tend to keep a lot of it in. My wife's in the chat and I go, not anymore, you don't. Well, what would you prefer? Would you prefer me to shout out the old naval operations room commands?
Oh, I'm so sorry for you, honey.
Oh, all positions, EWD, check, safety, check!
Your poor son must be like, what are they doing in there?
I know, right?
It's going to have some really weird fetishes and he won't know why.
I had a friend, right, who was shagging his missus in naval training where he proceeded to shout, Slammy! as hard as he could.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's actually a lot more suited because that means missile release.
Somebody asked, does your wife stare intensely at you in confusion during sex?
No, I don't know if she is or not. My face is usually buried between her shoulder and her head when I'm coming, It's, Oh, can you hear my retarded cat?
I just heard a cute little kitty.
Yeah, she is retarded, bless her. I'm not being horrible about it either. When she was a kitten, she had a fit while I was holding on to her. Some of those mites got in her ears and corrupted her mind. Now she doesn't act like a cat. She has no balance at all.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, she's lovely though. She is lovely.
If you do a video of her, you'll instantly get 1 million views because everyone likes the kitty.
Nah, cat videos are done.
Well, I do puppy videos because everyone loves a little Miko who's asleep next to me because she went to the puppy park today. What
breed is it?
She's a dachshund.
Ah, I have a stug.
Oh.
Yeah, took it for a run today, as you know.
And how did that go?
Well, here's the thing. When we arrived, I couldn't park in the car park because the car park was going to be closing soon. So I parked on the road, and the dog dived out of the car as I was getting out and ran straight into the road.
Oh no!
With oncoming traffic.
Your dog's very smart.
Yeah, very. So I sprinted after the dog, trying to grab hold of it, screaming at it whilst running as fast as I possibly can. And I've got a car on one side just parked up, just laughing at me, and a few more cars and a bike on the other side sat there watching me do it as well. So he nearly gets hit by a car. I nearly get hit by a motorbike. And I was absolutely fucked by the time I caught the little shit.
Well, he made sure you exercised.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to exercise anyway, but I wasn't prepared for the sprinting straight away. I had my car door wide open, See, I wasn't amused.
This is why I'm glad Miko has separation anxiety, because she will never go too far from me. And I know it's a horrible thing for her to have, but she'll never go too far from me.
Well, at least, your dog won't run off into traffic.
Nope. I can leave my door open when I'm bringing in groceries, and she'll run over to sit by me, by the car. Then I'll go inside, and she'll follow me, and I'll keep doing this, and people just watch, because she doesn't have her collar on, and I don't have to worry about her running away.
Lucky. Magog, I'm not fucking Mexican. Oh, can I get
also,
a 3
I love
in the
your
chat?
channel, Magog.
Don't say nice things to him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't. He's a fucking queer. He may be a wizard, but he's a wizard fag.
Does he make these sparkly rainbows?
Yes, yes. When he's shooting out his, beams of magic, they're rainbow colored.
See? Awesome. That is an awesome wizard. We can use his powers to get the SJWs because they like rainbows. Oh wait, do they hate gays now? I keep forgetting. They said gays are more public now?
Didn't they ban drag queens from some gay pride march because they didn't want to offend actual trans people? And before you say anything, £2 from the Penguin Emperor, Sam Callahan. Thank you so much. Now then, how about that then? Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm glad you enjoy the PornHub channel, sweetie.
There you go. Press 3 in the chat if you want to see my retarded cat.
Oh, let's see the pussy.
You won't be able to see it because
I'll watch it after. You'll have to send me a picture of her or him.
You should be capturing my stream.
But I have the bully symbol on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so do I. I also have the bully symbol.
Oh, he's a wizard. He can make you Mexicans as one of my Linellan. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Right, I'll go get the cat then. Back in a moment.
I'll just entertain you guys while he's gone. You got a D20 and everything.
Oh, before I go, $2 from Jesse the Fennec Fox. Thank you so much. Show us your cat bear. All right, I'm going to do it. I'll go get my pussy now. Hold on.
Woohoo! He's going to go bring his wife in. So hi to everybody in the chats. There's plenty of videos of my little puppy. She actually turns a year old on the 21st, so if anybody wants to send her a present, we have a P.O. box. All the presents for little Miko Me. She's so worn out, her and the other dogs, and she got to work with some of the rescue dogs today. Meow! Is there going to be a new American McGee game? Last time I talked to him, I know he was working on it. Right now, I believe he's working on pitches and stuff, and he's in talks with EA. I can't say anything else, but you guys can follow American on Twitter and check out his Patreon. He's working really hard. It looks like there is going to be another one. It's more about as much fan support. The more fan support, the more likely EA is to give him another game. He also has a card game coming out about fairy tales. It's really freaking awesome. I'll be showing it off once my copy arrives from it. Meow. Meow. You got your little kitty.
Meow. Talk to me. Come on, don't be ignorant. Meow. Meow. What are you doing, you dick? There we go. Yeah, she's purring. She's purring.
I'm going to turn on the stream really quick because I want to see the kitty.
The kitty puss. Your pussy looks dirty. Yeah, she's a filthy cat. She actually doesn't wash herself properly, so every so often I have to bath her. Which she doesn't get amused by, do you? No, you don't. No, you don't. Right, go on then.
Oh, go. Such a cutie. I love cats.
She looks like she's wearing a cravat.
Oh, she's a calico. Or a turtle shell, as we call them here.
She's a turtle shell. We call them turtle shells as well. Meow.
So adorable.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
They're asking what her name is.
Her name is Lily.
Oh, uh-oh. Same name as our mascot.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
I'd go get Tara or Logan, but they're downstairs sleeping. If you guys want to go see it, go jump over to Irate Bear's channel really quick and see it.
Right, I need to give you a wrench.
Were you the voice of Alice in American McGee's Alice Returns? I wish I wasn't. I'd love to voice for his upcoming game. I don't know if he wants me to.
Whoa, cat. You're not supposed to get up on my desk. What are you doing, cat? Right, stay still.
Now she wants just to be all of the attention.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Maybe I'll put his stream on. Give me a second, guys.
Go sit down there, cat, right? No. Just lay down there, or I'll kick you out again. And yes, this is the one who pissed on my coat the other day. Wasn't
Well, bless
amused.
your heart for keeping her and not putting her down. I do know vets that would just recommend putting her down.
Yeah, she has a lot of seizures as well.
Oh.
Especially when she's asleep, she'll have them. She sat on my coat. If you piss on it, cat, I will fucking eat you. Right, before she does it, I'm kicking her out. Back in a moment.
I actually have 2 cats myself, guys.
Alright, go on.
Both of them are older and have hyperthyroid,
Go on, back
so
off.
we're trying to keep them as healthy as we can. Those from my channel know Tara and Logan very well. You'd like advice on making your own YouTube channel? Just do stuff you enjoy. Don't try to go with any fads or anything.
Are we talking
basically what
about
I
the
did.
YouTubes?
Yep, we got somebody on my chat asking for advice from experienced YouTubers on what they should do with their channel.
I'm experienced.
Yes, well, give them some advice.
In a
Come
minute.
on, Deathwing would like some advice.
I don't know what to say.
My advice is just do something you enjoy and you'll eventually get an audience. Even if just one person watches your channel, hey, that's one person that's enjoying your content.
Don't say gay shit like that.
Well, fuck
Shoot
you too.
Shoot for the stars, my dude.
Fine then, just copy PewDiePie and you'll become famous. Is that what you want to
No,
hear?
you won't, right? It's fucking, I hate people that say that. It's just
No,
do Let's
I'm
Play.
joking.
No. Let's Plays, that era of YouTube is dead. It's done.
51,000 subscribers. Tell me again how it's done?
You are very niche.
I am.
You're very niche. And you have that, that voice where you fucking moan and fucking strum yourself off while you're playing. The people love that shit, right? Most guys can't go and do that.
I apparently there are some male YouTubers that do it. People have been telling me that. I've yet to watch them, but I've had a couple people ask if I want to watch them, and I'm like, it's weird.
And so you tell me to do it, though.
Oh, because, yeah, everybody loves the British accent. I know so many girls that love the British accent.
Well, of course they do, but, views so far on those videos have said otherwise.
Well, you gotta give it some time. Also, thank you for the 30 bits. Alright, my guys, I know you're constantly asking the co-host to do something gay. So if you actually do want to see someone that's doing some gay visual novels, go hop over to Irate Bear, check out his second channel. You can get some laughs while watching. He has a Mexican accent. I love Magog. We gotta bring Magog in here one day just so I can watch you two shit talk. Irate? Oh, he's gone. Wait, is there something? Hold on, let me make sure he's still here. Okay, I think he had to step away for a moment. Can anybody in his chat room hear me? Did he die? Huh, that's a little weird. You killed him? Maybe? I didn't mean to. Well, you can hear me. Okay, so it might be on his end. Huh, that's weird. He might have had to step away for a moment. Cat killed him. I broke him. Can't hear you on mine. Hold on, let me rejoin the Hangout and see if that can fix it. It's really weird. Give me a second, everyone. I'm not dropping any frames, so it's not on my end. So let me rejoin. Alright, can you hear me now? Oh! There's an error. Hold on, it seems like it's from Google's side, guys. Yeah, it's Google doing it. Give us a second, sweetie. Hello? Huh? What the heck is going on? I keep getting an error message. Give me 1 second, guys, in the chat. I'm just trying to figure out why I keep getting this error. Keeps telling me that Irate's using an app, which is weird. Huh? Hold on, let me send him a message, because that's really weird. I'm going to blame the bear on this one because it keeps erroring me out. The bully hunters are after you? There's a flash error in chat. Try to rejoin. Let me make sure that I actually didn't get shut down. I don't think I did. So give me a second. Please try again in a few minutes. No, we're still going smooth over here on it's fucking Hangout is shit. I swear.
Hello?
There we go.
There she is. I could hear you on your stream.
Yeah, Google Hangout lost its mind and kept erroring out. Because I mentioned
Even-
Magog.
Yes, clearly. It's because he keeps calling me Mexican.
Well, I said he should come on so we can argue with, so you can argue with him, and then it just errored out.
He says, why don't you talk to me anymore? Why don't you talk to me anymore, you fuckhead?
Oh, are the lovers having a fight?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yep, we can hear him now, everyone.
Yeah, but before you cut out, I was about to correct you because you were shilling my second channel to your subs.
I'm sorry. Should I not help you, Shill?
No, you were shilling this channel though.
I said go to this go to your first channel and then check out the second channel as well.
Well, okay, you cut out then, so I didn't hear that.
My people can defend me on this one.
All right, calm down. Fuck's sake. So, what are you then? You said that you're a dark-skinned lass.
Well, my dad's family is from Puerto Rico and Spain, and from my mom's side, Polish, Russian Jew, and Scottish. And maybe more, but because of concentration camps, a lot of stuff was gone, as well as family members.
Oh. So you've lost a lot of family to the Holocaust as well.
Yep, the only ones that survived was my great-grandfather and my great-grandmother, who met when they both arrived here in America.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're fucked. I've also decided to send a link to the wizard.
Yay! The more the merrier.
Nah, not too many people. Streams are best when there's 2 or 3. Or any more than that, it's not really good.
Oh yeah, I've seen absolute clusterfucks of the streams.
Yeah, I know some people prefer to do the 10-man Google Hangout.
Oh, that's insane. How can you just... Oh, like everybody talking over each other. I just walk away from that kind of thing.
Yeah. So are they really trying to ban the animes?
I do remember a couple of years ago they were trying to ban like hentai, and to the point that actual like regular anime creators were like, we're going to start drawing hentai if you actually do this. The UN has to get into everybody's business except the stuff they should actually be in.
Yeah, I agree. Much like our own governments, really. I've already gone on a massive rampage about Syria today, so I don't need to talk about that again.
Yeah, I've still got to do some research into that. It seems like there are a couple of things that don't add up.
Yeah, well, I mean, your government, my government, and the French government decided to carry out precision strikes.
That's it!
Oh, enough with your ass rape, you big gay wizard.
Why, hello, Lord Bear and Kitchen Person.
Kitchen
Hello!
person. I am a unicorn, good sir. We are rare. You should show me some respect.
A
You're a
rare kitchen
unitard.
person.
I do make good sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
How are you, Magog? How is the
Good,
wizardry?
sir. How are you doing?
I'm not bad, actually. I've just been relaxing, chillaxing. I've decided to take it easy on the peasants recently, because all they do is whine.
Yes, of course. I mean, you have to give them a reprieve from the beatings.
A shame, really. A shame, really. I do enjoy putting them on the rack and stretching them out.
Yes, I prefer the stocks myself, but to each his own.
Well, they are easier to abuse when they are in the rack, plus easy access and all that, but the rack it makes them squeal like little piggies, I do enjoy it when they scream.
I use the stalks on the lady peasants.
Of course you do. Of course you do. That makes sense. But I like to mix and match sometimes, you know.
Yes, of course, yes. Good for spankings. Good for spankings.
Exactly. Like, did you know, for example, if you place your phallus into the anus of a male peasant, you can reach around and pretend it's your willy going all the way through?
I did not know that, but then again, you know, I just raise people from the dead to do as I please.
I feel like they would be very smelly. As if peasants didn't smell enough as it is.
Yes, but you've never heard the peasants scream when they've been fucked in the ass by a corpse.
Ah.
I'm a guy who likes to watch.
So you're a voyeur?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Fantastic, fantastic.
And how are we, Purity Sid?
Yeah.
Hi. You can keep your conversation going. I'm having fun just listening.
Yes, she's flicking the bean while we're talking.
Oh, of course. Oh, baby.
We never said you could make noises.
Faking it. You know how I know she's faking it? There are no choking sounds.
There's no...
Yeah,
I do it, but I need my voice for tomorrow.
Right.
My poor chat rooms are like, what?
Let's have a look at your chat.
They don't even know who I am, do they? They're like, what the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy here?
Guys, show some love for poor little Magog. And I do mean little.
Little! I may be poor, but I'm not little.
You gonna whip it out for us?
I believe Lord Magog is actually a grower, not a shower, as they say.
Yes, that's exactly it.
$2 from Penguin Emperor. If it happened, would strum off while being gassed. What?
I have no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
But my magic wand is made of magogany.
A real knee slapper there, Magog.
I'll leave now. Thank you very much. I've said
consider myself entertained.
They're saying they know who the janitor necromancer is.
Oh shit. You've discovered my secret. I'd like to raise the dead as well as keep things nice and clean.
Well, you gotta have a man who knows how to clean. It's really hard to find one like that now.
I know, right? It's a quality women look for in necromancers.
Exactly.
Is there I hear about this app from the human world, Magog, called Tinder. I believe it's some sort of dating app, I believe. I'm not sure what dating even means.
I thought that was for pyromancers to meet up.
Oh, perhaps. I believe it's for courting ladies?
Ladies.
And
ladies of the night.
Would you prefer men of the night?
Well, it depends on who you are and whether or not you're from Mexico.
I keep saying we should throw the bear back.
Stop.
He instantly loses the character for that one.
Blue Penguin has a request in your chat. He didn't give money. But I'm going to say it anyway. Butter my backside and call me a biscuit.
Should do it more like a redneck. Butter my backside and call me a biscuit.
Butter my backside.
I'll do it as failure. I'll do it as failure. Hey, everybody. Butter my biscuit. That's the Cuban way of saying it.
Well, I'm not Mexican, no matter what the Americans might think. Nor am I Ecuadorian or Brazilian or any South American nation.
I don't care what part of Mexico you're from.
See, the more it bothers you, the more they're going to do it.
I had this shit when I actually went to America. First guy I met thought I was a Cuban. Second guy was a stand-up comic who ripped me apart in front of an audience who said I was Mexican.
That must have been fun.
I wasn't amused.
I was, just from you telling me.
Yeah, of course you were. You're a fucking shit.
So what are you guys talking about today?
Well, we were having a discussion regarding the bully hunters.
And how
I don't
women are
care.
too fragile to take shit talk in video games.
Are
God,
they
that
really?
pisses me off.
Yes, you women have to work on your taking shit.
We're such delicate little flowers. Also, thank you for the sub, Linallen. I will never be able to say your name right. I'm so sorry. Ooh, tier 2.
I just sub to you as well. I don't know what kind of content you do, but you seem amusing.
I do porn and video games.
Sweet.
I also have a second channel where I do animation and story readings.
That's fun. I find it very interesting that women, for some reason, can survive PMS, but they can't survive being shit talked to on a video game. I don't get it.
Right? It's insane how many of these women, and they're never offended. You can always tell they're faking it. They fake it in bed all the time, after all.
Right? Like, it's all these feminists. They're all outraged, and they play the victim, and it's like, are you serious? Like, you guys can survive that horrible shit, but you can't fucking take a little internet shame?
Oh, darling, I'm anything but a delicate flower. Trust me. The things
I'm
I
not
survive.
talking to you. Obviously, there's exceptions.
Oh, no,
to
I'm
the
just answering somebody in the chats.
Oh, well, make that clear next time. I thought you were attacking me out of nowhere.
No. I'm not
your
going to make you look at
unicorn
your
hair.
privilege. Don't worry.
I look at my privilege all the time. My privilege's name is Pedro.
It's
The next ladies, if you're going to be playing online multiplayer and also streaming it, and somebody like, I don't know, Magog comes along and threatens to rape your ass, just threaten to rape him back. Go, nigger! I will rape you harder.
Oh, if
I
you
know, we
really
have
want to
money.
see a game where girls get vicious, go check out the Friday the 13th game. I've been in some of those, and the girls in that are hilarious, especially when they get to play Jason. My favorite one to do is, you want some Girl Scout cookies? You're gonna get some Girl Scout cookies.
Motherfucker.
I want to watch a game stream where it's just a bunch of women playing that game. And the one that's a serial killer, every time he kills one of the characters, the one playing the serial killer just goes, oh.
That would be fun.
That's funny.
I'm
But
coming
you
to
guys were
bang
talking
you.
shit. You guys were talking shit about the titty streamers, weren't you?
Hey, yes, I was.
Don't talk shit. The world needs boobs.
There is nothing wrong with boobs. I fucking love boobs. That should be obvious considering my character's always naked. But God, if you're gonna be one of those streamers, for the love of God, don't be the type that goes, oh my God, I'm new to the game. Oh my God, you're so mean. You shot me. Why did you do that? I need money in the chat because he was so mean to me. Do you know how many of those I've had to fucking meet in video games? It gets annoying after a while. And they
I
always
can
show,
understand that.
guys, I'm totally streaming this, so if you could go easy on me, that would be great. I want to look good in front of my fans.
Your fans.
And
Your
you
fans
say-
don't even know what you're saying. They're just staring at your tits.
Basically.
They haven't heard what you said for some time, sweetheart.
Yep. Maybe that's why they say that stuff. They know they can get away with it because nobody's actually listening.
Well, most of them don't care about the game they're playing. They just care about getting money in the chats and then jiggling around in their outfits. That's why so many of them got pissed with the new Twitch rules.
Yeah, they applied those rules retroactively as well, which is a bit naughty of Twitch to do.
Yeah,
I
I don't agree
really-
with that.
I really wish there was an online RPG called Adventures in Moscow. It takes place in the realm that I live in, and there's a lot of ass rape.
That would be a fun one to play.
And the kingdom of Sarthos will invade and destroy everybody.
I mean,
Fat
the closest
chest.
we kind of get are the Conan game because you can run around with your dick flopping around.
There you
Well,
go. That's a good game.
That's
It
just
is
not.
fun.
It's not. It's just that's not. You know. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, to be honest.
I still think it's really funny how offended people are by boobs. Like if YouTube lost their shit over my newest picture because it's an artistic pose. There's no nipples on the one I put on YouTube. And they said it doesn't break community guidelines, but yet they still age restricted it because boobs with no nipples.
But, so you have one that has nipples?
Yes, I can show them to you later.
Oh.
Okay!
You're being propositioned, Magog.
Almost all of the nudity pictures I do for my channel have a naughty version.
Yes, as I recently discovered,
You're definitely not allowed to share those on YouTube.
doing a similar type of content to Purity Sin has also taught me that I now have to do a censored and uncensored version of content now, which is a pain in the ass.
Technically, boobs are allowed on YouTube, or supposed to be if it's artistic, because I can do technically artistic pictures.
Autistic?
Autistic, yes, artistic. But they still go after artists who have it, even if it's just for, like, posing and stuff. Because I do know somebody who did a picture of, like, Michelangelo's David, and he got his account shut down. His account was shut down by YouTube for showing a penis, even though he was drawing Michelangelo's David.
That's stupid, because that's not even a big penis.
Just very, very big balls. I think that's why they got offended.
They get uncomfortable by penises, boobs, and vaginas.
That doesn't make any sense, because you can literally get on YouTube and watch, like, sex education videos, and they show, like, hardcore penetration.
Yeah. My stuff
I've
is
seen a
completely
video
censored.
on YouTube. I saw a video on YouTube that actually had a camera inside the vagina so that you could see what the penis looks like coming inside of a vagina. It was all uncensored.
Oh,
I also saw a video, instructional video on how to finger a woman. That was quite graphic.
How is that perfectly fine on YouTube, but
Very graphic.
a naked picture of a unicorn lady is like canceled?
Oh, you know how many times I get copyright, or I get community strikes for a completely censored video just because I said the word cock or pussy, or said something like, put it in me. They literally will give me a community strike for that. Even though everything is censored on screen. They probably don't like it that I mock them in the censors.
You know, I really wish that I could run YouTube.
I think a lot of us do.
Because then it would just be like a porn site.
Well, this is what I think YouTube should do. They already have YouTube Kids. So why not
YouTube
make an adult
Adults.
section? They would make a ton of money doing that.
Yeah, they would. Think of the ads.
I would literally, I wouldn't even go that far. I would just take a free speech YouTube.
I mean, there's a few of those out there, but they can't really make a lot of money.
No, I mean like from the company YouTube. It's like, we want our main platform to be more like television, right? With subscriptions and, you know, TV shows. So over here, we're just going to be like, here's shitlords YouTube. Y'all go over there. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with that.
So
they want to segregate us, fine. It's better than nothing. It's better than being demonetized and shut down.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to segregate us anyway. I mean, the SJWs have a big thing with segregation, don't they?
Yeah, it boggles my mind, to be honest.
You know
surprised they haven't created Safe Space Tube yet, to be honest.
Safe Tube.
You know what's just as bad, believe it or not? PornHub.
How so?
I've tried for 3 months. I've been in talks with them about getting monetized because I bring in a lot of views on there. And every time I talk to their techs, there are some techs that try their best to help, but their responses always end up being, well, you're not making porn. Prove them wrong by showing them videos where it is. Well, you're not making the right kind of porn. When you start doing live action, then you can get monetized.
So you've got to get it out then, basically.
I'm like, but look at the views I'm bringing you in. Yeah, and we're going to put ads on them for ourselves.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Sid. Okay? One, describe what kind of content you are. Like, what is it that you showed them that you think qualifies as pornography?
It was a porn game. Excuse me. It was a porn game where I was voicing, which is what I normally do. And there was some hardcore porn in it.
Yeah, but you're not showing anything of yourself.
No, but I'm showing the images of the porn and reading and voicing it. It's basically, as they like to call it, anime or cartoons, and I can prove that it is my content, which you would think would be okay.
Here's the second thing. That's fine. You're playing a porn game. It belongs on PornHub. Where else are you going to go? I get that. But here's the second thing. PornHub actually doesn't have that many advertisers.
Just all the penis pill companies mainly.
Most of the ads on PornHub are like for, like fucking lubricant, and stuff like Trojan condoms and things like that. Like
You might
it's
be
all
able to get a
sex-based.
sponsor.
It's a very small sponsor group, so they probably can't divvy it up to just like
You
everybody.
could go around
You say
them.
that, but I know for a fact Pornhub owns a lot of different porn sites, and any porn sites that are opening up, like for gaming and stuff, because there was one apparently that was going to be opening up, they actually get them shut down so they don't have competition.
I understand that.
Why don't you find out who the advertisers are for Pornhub, right? And then just don't even bother with the monetization of the website. Just get the sponsorships from those companies.
I suppose I can look into that.
I mean, if you're gonna get, you're allowed to have your content on there, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't
They're
care if
just
my
not allowed to
content's
get
on there.
paid.
And you get a fuck ton of views on there, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Then boom.
Suppose I can do that.
That's all those porno fucking sponsorships are gonna want. They want eyes on their product.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, I spend a lot of time on Pornhub. I mean, a friend of mine spends a lot of time on Pornhub, right? And he tells me that the ads don't even play all that often. It's like one video might play an ad.
It's all the ads on the sidebar, though, isn't it?
It's because it's such a pain, and the stuff Pornhub wants you to do to get monetized is a little seedy, and I know a lot of people have an issue with it. Like, they want you to take a picture of yourself holding the Pornhub sign, which, one, I can totally not see that biting you in the ass later on. Then you still have to give them your driver's license, like 2 other forms of ID, which I can understand that, and all this other stuff. So if you have to give them your ID and all this other stuff, why do you have to give them your picture of you holding a sign? Why can't you just give them the ID?
They have to match it to...
Well, you're giving them 2 or 3 different forms of ID.
They have to match it. They have to match it to the ID. And the reason you're holding the Pornhub sign is so that they know you're not just giving them some random picture, right? The reason they're doing that is because it's porn. You could literally be like, start a Pornhub and start uploading videos and be like a 13-year-old. And they don't want the liability.
Oh, no, I understand that. But like when I
There's a reason that verification process is a fucking tough bastard. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't blame them at all for that.
My only issue is they don't actually ever get rid of, from what I understand from talking to one of the techs, they don't ever get rid of the you holding the sign, like they don't delete it when it's done. And my issue is if somebody ever hacks them, holy shit, that's going to be a lot of people's pictures out there. And I don't think I want my picture out there.
Nobody has yet, and you got to think about the amount.
Nobody wants to touch Pornhub.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, what is your picture actually going to do? Like, nobody can match it to your real persona. Unless, are you just embarrassed if do they say you have to show nudity or just hold a Pornhub sign?
Just hold a Pornhub sign and show your face.
Well, then it's just a picture of you holding a Pornhub sign. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
He has got a point. He has got a point.
It's like, oh, here's a person who literally streams games moaning and touching herself, and she's holding a Pornhub sign. No controversy there whatsoever. I could understand if you've never shown your face before and you're trying not to be doxxed.
I'd rather not have my face out there for certain reasons. I've had a stalker, and I'd really rather him not see my face.
That's understandable. But at the same time, if they get hacked, right, I would be more worried about the 3 forms of ID falling into the wrong hands than a picture of me
that's
holding
another
a
one
Pornhub sign.
That's another one that it's a little...
So you either take the chance and hope that their security is really good, which from my understanding it is because they've never been hacked, not once. So it's whether or not you have to take a chance. Because even if another free speech site opens and it's YouTube and you could put not safe for work stuff up and it can be pornographic, they're still going to have to go through some sort of verification process to make sure you're not a child.
Oh yeah, you have to do a whole W4 and all that jazz.
For them to get hold of your picture and tie it to you and your YouTube channel, they'd have to go through, they'd have to do a lot.
Yeah,
right.
Like I would be willing to do that if Pornhub would actually monetize me. But, and again, I've talked to a lot of the techs, and a lot of the techs have tried their best. It's just like, I don't know, whoever runs porn, because I even said, I'm like, I will do just streams on Pornhub and stuff and bring you even more people. This is a growing opportunity. And a couple of the texts were like, yeah, that would be really cool. And then they go to, I guess, their higher-ups, and their higher-ups like, yeah, we don't do cartoons. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit.
Dead Man says in the chat, those pictures are viewable on Pornhub, only if you agree, because they use them as promotionals, but you have to click. You agree. A friend told me that.
I think AdultTube's also owned by Pornhub. Again, I had to look at all the different venues because YouTube keeps demonetizing me, which I understand. Even my clean, I have a video up of my puppy, and that got demonetized for adult content.
I get demonetized every time I upload, regardless of what the video is about.
Yeah, it's insane. It's because we're all
I have to fight it literally every time. I'm like blacklisted. It's like instant. It doesn't matter what the video's about. It could be a Midnight Dreary. It gets demonetized.
They're racist against wizards.
Right.
I've had a very odd problem with YouTube and their demonetization as of late, where I upload a video, gets pinged by the bot, I request review. As soon as I request review, they remonetize it.
Yeah, that happens to me too.
And then
I just have to do that.
And then depending on the tags and stuff, it'll either stay monetized or it will just be unmonetized again a few hours later. Right. And they'll just never get reviewed again.
Right.
Yep.
No, I mean, that's happened to me before too. There's been a couple that have been like, oh, good, it came back and said it's suitable for viewers. And then a day later, it was demonetized again. And then you can't fight it again. Like, it happens. Like, trust me, YouTube's system is fucked. But at the same time, it is getting a little better. Even though I have to fight it every time I upload, at least they are monetizing me again for the most part.
I think they are, and I don't want to defend YouTube here because fuck YouTube at this point. I think they really are trying to work on fixing it, especially with what just happened at YouTube HQ, which, let me make this clear. I'm so glad nobody was seriously hurt or killed other than the shooter. I think that's horrible. Don't take it out on the poor people working there. They don't deserve it. But it does seem like since that, they are maybe trying to make it better, because I think the fact everything has started coming out over what
I am so happy. I agree with you. I'm so happy that liberal vegan women don't know how to shoot.
Yeah, that actually made me laugh. Did you see the news interview afterwards with one of the YouTube employees?
Yeah, he was like, I wish I had a gun.
And then they cut it.
Fucking dickheads.
That is not part of our narrative. I would be surprised if that guy gets fired like 6 months from now.
I'm
surprised he's not been fired
already.
He
was probably one of the programmers that works his ass off too.
Don't blame YouTube anyway when it comes to this. It's not YouTube.
It's
YouTube never gave a fuck about what type of content was monetized. They never gave a shit ever. It's the mainstream media. Blame them.
Well, I blame YouTube for listening to the mainstream media.
Well, yeah, they did bend the knee, but they kind of had to because, you should not blame YouTube for bending the knee, because it wasn't YouTube that bent the knee. It was all the advertisers who bent the knee.
Without understanding.
Yeah, without actually taking the time to learn about YouTube.
The YouTube would not have the problem with its creators if they had stood up for us.
They never have. Ever since Viacom sued them, they've never stood up for us.
Even if all the advertisers were like, we're going to pull our ads because we don't like our ads playing on this video over here, that video over there, and then the mainstream media reports on PewDiePie saying the N-word, and all that stuff happened. If YouTube had come out and been like, we stick by our creators, we love our creators, fuck you guys, we'll find another way to monetize.
But
go fuck yourself. They would have gotten more respect from us creators, and we would have just been hating on mainstream media and the
I think they did that because
they did it with Logan Paul.
YouTube hasn't really made Google money. They're pretty much just about broke even as far as I'm aware. And I think it will get back to a good stage as soon as this retarded AI finishes learning and the advertisers start to come back. But yeah, again, and let me just take the moment to thank everybody who chooses to support their favorite creators financially, whether that's me, Purity Sin, Magog, or anyone else. By doing that, by patroning people, by maker supporting people, by donating through super chats or Streamlabs, you are keeping people's dreams alive, and you're basically making them able to continue doing what they're doing. Especially when it comes to people like myself, I can't speak for Sin or for Magog regarding that, but I know a lot of creators that just could not do what they do without the help
I'd be
of
homeless without the
with
support.
fans.
I'd be
Yep.
homeless without
Yeah.
the support.
Yeah, I gave it all up, all the other things I was doing. So
Yeah.
that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk to my human avatar. The Magog wizard is gonna go, but you can talk to him. I don't like him anyway.
I think one of the
Alfred!
things...
Are you done with the ass raping?
Yeah, I gotta quit the voice. I'm
You
sick
okay?
again, and so my throat's like fucking ugh.
Aww.
It's a damn pollen count here, man. It's terrible. Like I got sick again.
Oh
Fucking-
yeah, I heard it's gonna be like 10 times worse this year because of how long the cold was. Like it's just messed with the trees and flowers like crazy.
It's not just that. We haven't had as much rain as we usually do.
See, we've gotten a good amount here where I am, but I'm
Well,
I'm way down south.
we had a massive thunderstorm move through last night. They even canceled night classes at colleges and schools because of the tornado watches.
Damn. I know
Yeah,
we
one of
got
my
Verizon knocked out.
subscribers. One of my subscribers, my apologies, I can't remember who it was who told me, said that they couldn't get out of the building they were in because there was a tornado outside. And they had yet to go check the damage to see whether there was any damage to his vehicle or his house.
Hopefully
yeah,
it was
we
okay.
had
Yeah, hopefully,
we had,
yeah.
We had wind in the, I think, 40-mile-per-hour winds last night. We had lightning storms and lightning strikes. We had 3 touchdowns, tornadoes.
Yikes.
And the lightning and the thunder was so loud where I live that it was setting off car alarms in the parking lot.
Holy crap.
And you're
Like
trying to
it-
get me to move to your state?
It only happens once a year. Shut up.
Only once.
Oh, I dread hurricane season this year after what happened last year.
See, I don't deal with hurricanes, but I deal with tornadoes.
You can shoot them.
Good luck.
You can blame Trump and his weather machine, I'm
The
sure.
problem with shooting tornadoes is tornadoes will shoot back.
That's true. That is true. You don't
See,
want
I wouldn't
bullets
mind
coming back at
hurricane
you.
season if it wasn't hot as fuck whenever it hits, because we had like a week of no electricity, which huge thank you to the fans who helped pay for the hotel, for the animals and everything like that. It was so hot my dog had a seizure and almost died.
Good grief.
Yeah, it's insane whenever we get, because every time we get a hurricane here, it always knocks out the power. And then the one year New York got it, I loved hearing them complain, oh, we don't have power for 3 days. Try not having it for a month.
It literally happened like here in Arkansas. You have to live with like a generator.
See, I've been looking into getting one of those for my house, but I don't really have a place to store it other than lanai, and all I'm thinking is if I put in the lanai, someone's going to jack it. Someone's going to break in and jack it.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
Floridians
know
are
what to
assholes.
tell you there. I live in a place where I'm about to live because I'm breaking ground on the new studio
Oh,
next
good.
month.
Good.
So, yep, the studio / apartment, it's all one building, but it's on my 12 acres of land in the middle of nowhere. So who's going to steal
Oh,
shit?
nice.
Nobody's going to
Lucky.
steal shit out there. They don't even know I live back there. That's the thing. So, like, I'm going to have a Jenny that's going to run my whole house. And because here in Arkansas, we get power outages all the time, either
You
from
looked into doing
thunderstorms
solar
or ice
power?
storms. The what?
Have you looked into maybe getting solar power set up? Just solar panels set up just in
Yeah,
case?
I've looked into that stuff. The problem is it shit's expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even here it is. It's
Like,
nuts.
I used to work for a company that sold solar panels, and I think it used to cost like something like £10,000 for like 8 of them.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're very expensive, and they only really benefit people who tend to stay at home most of the time.
Yeah. Well, you
Uh,
could put here in Arkansas. I mean, most of the United States, you can use it to put electricity back on the grid
Hmm.
and save money on your regular electricity bill.
Yeah.
Like they'll take your power from you, like it's like a two-way street type of thing.
Yeah.
Problem is they're heavy in maintenance. The batteries are expensive. It's not just the panels themselves. They're fucking expensive. You're talking about $20,000 to start up
Jeez.
enough solar panels to run your house if the power ever goes out.
I know here they push for it really hard, and I'd love to do it here, but one, I'm in a townhouse, so it'd have to be for the entire unit, and fuck all of them. And two, they decided to build our roof flat instead of, curved. So
Yeah,
what do
you
you think
need it to
happens
be
whenever it
curved.
rains?
Puddles.
Yep, we have to they won't fix it. I want to
You
move
also
so
need them
bad.
to be at an angle as well.
There's no angle. It's so retardedly made. Like, even when they have to come repair the AC units and stuff, they hate going up there. It's so badly done.
That must be a really bad build job, because even most flat roofs, like on stores and stuff, like on Walmart and stuff, they have a slight slope.
Nope,
That
they
leads to a
didn't do a
drainage
slope for
system.
this.
It feels flat to us because the slope is so slight, but it's not really flat. Like they know that there's going to be water.
No. We had a roofer come to try to fix it, and he got up there, and he came back down, and he looked at us and went, okay, what kind of retard made this? And I'm like, how bad is it? He goes, it'd be about $5,000 to fix all the roofs, which honestly isn't that bad for 5 units. It's not that bad.
No, of course not.
But
It's
they wouldn't do it.
1,000 unit.
Like, the association was like, no, we're not going to let you raise the money. Like, because everybody in the townhouses were willing to do it in this section. And they're like, no, you can't do that. You can't even change out your windows, which are technically illegal. I'm like, I hate this fucking place so bad. Fuck Florida and fuck this place.
Yep. I hear you.
Ooh,
That's why I
November
like
mind.
building
I've
in the
not seen
country.
you in a while. Here's a wrench.
That's why I like living in the country, because there's no building codes whatsoever. So if you live outside of city limits in Arkansas, you can build whatever the fuck you want.
See, I would love to do something like that.
YouTuber land, not YouTuber house, but YouTuber land.
Yes, that would be great.
What
As
do
long
you
as I
reckon,
can have
guys?
lots
Press
of
one in the
animals.
chat. Press one in the chat if you'd like to see a bit of YouTuber land in somewhere like Arkansas, where we all live on like a 20-acre bit of land, and we all have.
Just have like a massive compound with YouTube creators all living next door to each other.
Hey,
Yeah,
as long as I can bring rescue animals in, I'm 100% down with this.
Well, you'd have your own unit, so you can get the fuck out.
I
Who do you live
want to
with?
build a mini Morscar with like a castle and a whole village and
Oh
everything. to
my
shoot the
god,
show.
yes.
Like that would be great. Then my fellow YouTuber friends could at least visit and stay in a castle.
That would be cool.
Myself and Magog have had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
but
We've talked about building castles across from each other so we can wake up every morning and launch fruit from our catapults. Like, here's a watermelon, you fuck.
I think we should raise money for this.
We'd have to fundraise. I don't know.
God,
I don't know.
an insane
Few
amount of money.
million.
Let's just say that.
A lot.
A few
Yeah.
million. A few
Yep.
million. Because you're not talking about just building them. You're talking about the upkeep, the property taxes when you build a structure like that are insane.
Well, I mean, we could just have Irate Bear do all the fixing and all the cleaning. He's Mexican, right? He can do the lawns.
Oh my god.
I'm
Skip it.
sorry, I couldn't resist.
Irate Bear would not care to be called Mexican if he got to live in $1 million castle.
Yeah, well,
Wouldn't
yeah,
give a fuck. He'd be
we-
like,
we-
call me
Million-
Mexican all you want,
if
bitches.
I'm living in a
Call-
$1 million castle,
call me
you can call me whatever
Jesus.
the fuck you want. I'm living in a $1 million castle. What the fuck do I care?
I want like large bosomed naked gargoyles all over my castle.
See, I'm okay with this idea. I
Like
know an
naked-
artist that can design them.
Like naked female gargoyle statues with bosoms.
See, I'm okay with this. We should totally do
Titties.
this.
But that's actually what's funny, because I don't think we've ever talked, but I'm actually doing that. Not the castle bit, because I don't have the money, but on the 12 acres of land, I'm going to be building a medieval village to film the sitcom. Magog's going to a sitcom.
That is
So it's
awesome.
going to be really fun. Yeah. Maybe I can add a castle to it later. Who knows?
Could be like a central story point. He wants a castle.
Right?
Just a little tiny, ends up being just a little tiny wooden one. You can go all Godzilla on it.
It's made out of those fucking like those wood builder blocks for
Oh
kids.
my, yeah, or Legos. So then after he smashes it and he steps on it, he's just in so much pain.
Right? It's so funny because of that like stereotype for Legos, people stepping on them and how much they hurt. Legos actually made like an official house slipper
Oh, you're joking, really?
to prevent painful Lego stepping.
Like,
Like
I've stepped on them once or twice when I was babysitting my little cousin. They really don't hurt that bad, but it's still really funny to act like they do. Especially to
it
freak
depends
out a
on
little
the
kid.
angle at which you step on them. If you step on a regular like square brick, it's not going to hurt. If you step on one of those little swords That's all
Oh
a man
no,
can
F
hold.
that, F that.
Those fucking things will fucking dig into you, man.
I have kids as well, and I have a bad habit of stepping on Lego and other toys. I find it far worse to step on like one of his little toy cars.
Oh, and then
Because
you end up on the ground.
those move when you step on them.
See,
Yeah,
your kid's
right.
trying to kill you.
Before you carry on, $5 from November Mind. Here is Muns. I have to go back to work. Thank you so much, mate, and you have a good time at work. And of course, Far Right Yorkshireman asks, all right, Bear, what about a YouTube Auschwitz? Can we get a YouTube Birkenau? For all the fucking shitty vlogging channels on YouTube?
We'll put them in the corner and they can just blog for an hour about the corner being amazing.
Can we not have a fire pit to push them in?
You don't want to burn them. That'll ruin the cameras. I don't care how much you hate blogging. No ruining cameras. They cost too much.
All right, well, can we just rob the cameras off them and then push them into the fire pit?
Fine, as long as the cameras...
Although I am a bit concerned about all that makeup and all that hair products they use.
Yeah, do you
to
really
do
want
to
the fire to spread because of that?
Yeah, it might spread and it might give off some toxic fumes that might kill us back.
You hate South Florida? Oh.
That's another reason I can't wait to move to my land out of this apartment. Because like when the building's built and I'm living out on 12 acres, I could just burn anything I want.
There you
If
go.
you ever build another house, I'll come move in.
Bonfires, man.
I would leave Florida in an instant. I come from New York.
Magog is going to sponsor my American citizenship, aren't you, Magog?
That I'm already doing it for Beardy. Might as well do it for you.
Well, I
You
gotta
may
help
as
with a
well.
Russian, so if you don't mind a Russian porn artist joining in, let's do this.
I love the idea of like fucking finally living in a place where like I can't see my neighbors, because we're gonna cut down 100 yards of trees just as a lane and use it for guns and archery.
You mean
Oh, I
there's
like
a place that exists without Mexicans screaming at 3 in the morning? Oh, why can't I move there now?
Oh,
My neighbors
land
are
is
fucking
cheap, too.
insane.
Like, I talked to Irate Bear this, and like I remember the first time I told him how much I paid for this land, and his fucking jaw dropped because he
How
lives
much?
in England. I
Mate,
paid $28,000 for 12.
Oh,
and a half
no fucking way. Really?
acres. Yep. Barely
Holy
2,000
shit.
an acre. It was like 1,900 an acre.
God, I'm
Yeah.
fucking moving
let
to
me put
Arkansas.
things into perspective for those who are used to cheap land in America, right? I live in the northwest of England, originally from London, right? So to buy a 2-bedroom apartment here, or well, to buy it, £90,000 at
Right.
least, right? For that in London, that's going to be anywhere between 200,000 to 800,000.
Right.
To buy
Right.
a 1-bedroom here in Florida, or at least where I live, would be $300,000 at the cheapest for a 1-bedroom.
That's pretty shit.
Oh, God, yeah,
don't get
fuck
me
this town.
don't get me wrong. There are places here in Arkansas where the land is expensive because it's closer to the cities or it's where rich people live. You know, like if you try to buy land in West Little Rock, you're gonna pay a good amount for it. But it's a good amount compared to the cost of living of the state. Arkansas is 49th in cost of living. There's only one state lower than us, and that's Mississippi.
I want to move so bad.
So
really-
like you can literally buy like 20 acres of land for less than 100,000 here, and that's like 20 fucking acres. Like that's a lot, and even that's a little high. I recently found a plot of land that would be a great investment opportunity. I wanted to buy it, but I can't line up the loan because I'm self-employed. When I tried to get a loan, the loan guys were like, the bank was like, you make money on the internet? Like they didn't understand it, right? So they didn't give me the loan. But I found 48 acres of land for 68,000.
Oh, I would, I
And
would try
then
to
if
help
you
you
wanted
with
to
that
add,
loan.
if you wanted to add another 20,000 to it, you could get another 14 acres of land down the road with an old church on it. And I was like, I must buy all of it for like, 80,000.
See, my
And like
kids would
build
love
the church
shit
of
like that.
Magog.
That would be amazing. Also, really
And
quick,
Vanilla Bear loves horses and shit. Like, a good bit of fucking land as well. My kids would love that shit.
Yeah, it's almost 50 acres. Well, just for the 68,000. Like even if you didn't want the 14 acres with the church on it, for 68,000 you get almost 50 acres.
Jesus, I
That's
would
like
love
50
that.
football fields. Like
That's
because
insane.
an acre squared is a football field without the end zones. So it's 100 yards by 100 yards squared. Like that's an acre.
Really quick, one of my fans asked, my artwork is done by my artist, Andrea Boscolo. He's amazing Italian. If you guys want to check him out, usually the links are in my description to commission him. He's always open. Right now he's working on the comic book, so he may not have a lot of free time, but he'll usually take your commission. I think he's opening up more next month.
Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys would like to see Irate Bear move to a land mass in Arkansas, become an American citizen, and be armed to the fucking teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, I'd bring my 2 guns.
I have 30 guns.
Oh my god, I want to come
See,
shooting with
I
you.
need that in my life, man.
Oh, I just
I
got
can
2
literally,
guns.
once the building is built, because we're building, okay, we bought the land for 28,000. I say we because it's kind of family land. I went in halves with my parents, but we're building a 40 by 60 building.
Give people
40 foot by 60 foot. Hold on, let me calculate that.
They're all
40
saying
times
1.
60.
Also,
Yep.
really quick, somebody asked, yes, I am a transplant. I originally came from Manhattan. We had to leave New York due to reasons I don't think anyone gives a shit about. So yes, I've lived in Florida for a very long time, and I fucking hate this state.
Yep. So I'm building a 40 by 60 building, which is 2,400 square foot for less than $50,000.
Jesus, I
So total with the land price, my mortgage is only going to be like fucking 80,000.
that's
You know,
like half of my mortgage. I hate you so much right now. I'm
that's like
moving the fuck to
$390
Arkansas.
a month, and I'll be able to step outside the back door of this building and just shoot. Like, there's nobody around, man. There's like all these other plots of land that people own, but they just use for hunting. So there's no houses or anything like that. Like, I have no neighbors. I could literally just
You gonna
step
do
outside
some
and be like,
farming?
boom.
You gonna do any farming on the land?
I'll probably plant some things, but I'm
You
not.
could
much
grow
of a
some
farmer.
cabbages.
No, well, I definitely want to grow.
Some weed.
I want to. You know what grows really well here in Arkansas because of the humidity?
What?
Muscovine.
I've not heard of that.
Excuse me. Muscovine are grapes. They're wild grapes.
Oh, that sounds
And
yummy.
I can make my own muscovine wine.
There you go. Have
Can I come to
Magog
your house
wine
and,
you can
and
sell.
crush grapes with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get like a big barrel to hand, to crush them by foot and everything like they do in the old days, and and build I'll probably put a hidey hole in, but it'll double as a cellar. I heard Sin giggle. She knows what a hidey hole is.
I do.
For anybody listening, a hidey hole is a storm shelter. It's a tornado shelter. So, but yeah, I'm going to do all that stuff. Yeah, I'll probably plant some tomatoes and shit like that. Like, Arkansas is really unique too. Like, we're the only state in the entirety of the United States that grows rice. Because of our
I didn't
humidity.
know that.
Yeah, we're a rice state. In fact, 40% of the United States rice that you buy in the grocery store comes from Arkansas.
Oh, I thought it all came from like China or Japan.
Nope, they eat their rice. They got 1 billion mouths to feed. They eat their rice. We don't import that much rice. It all comes from Arkansas. If you go to your grocery store and turn over a bag of rice, 9 times out of 10, it'll say Arkansas on the back. It'll say
People
fucking
are asking in the
Arkansas
chat
on
whether you can see it, Magog.
the what?
Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, Reterrapin was just asking.
Yep, they're surprised about the rice thing over in my chat.
Why buy that when you can use that amount of money to buy a studio apartment in Los Angeles? Because I
Who
don't
the
want to
fuck
I don't want
wants
to
to
live in
live
Los
there?
Angeles.
Why are all the fucking hipsters and SJWs from California all moving to Texas, by the way?
Oh
And they-
god, my
they-
friend in Texas fucking hates them so much. It's hilarious.
Why are they moving there? Texas is a
Because
fucking
they
red,
it's the
sexual
same reason why they
Tyrannosaurus
it's
state.
the same reason why they tried ruining Brooklyn and the Bronx, which fuck them, they tried ruining the Bronx. That's my fucking hometown area. But it's because it's they consider it like old style and things like that, so they want to buy, like, I know what they did with New York, like I said, the Bronx and Brooklyn. They'd buy the old warehouses and shit and then turn them into studio apartments for about a week, then fucking abandon them.
It's
They
called
come in-
gentrification.
It's insane. They do it everywhere.
Well,
So
I know
to-
gentrification is a thing, but, Texas is a gigantic fucking red sexual Tyrannosaurus state.
Not in the cities.
Oh, for fuck's
You move to Dallas, you move to Houston, any of those, they're heavily liberal.
No, we don't blame anyone that lives in Los Angeles. Just stay the fuck out of other states, please.
Yeah, like, out! Like, to finish answering the question, too, you know the amount of money I would need in Los Angeles to buy acres? Because I want to build the village and film the sitcom. I can't do that in a place like Los Angeles. I can do that in a place like Arkansas. $200,000 in Arkansas will buy you a fucking mini mansion. Like, you can live like a king in Arkansas with the cost
Okay,
of
I
living.
need to raise like $200,000. Can someone...
You know when the last time our fucking gas prices went over $3? It was like 10 years ago. Like it was like most of my gas prices down the street. My gas prices down the street are $2.03.
Fuck
So
yourself. I'm sorry,
filling
that's
up the
just a
back seat.
reaction. Well, you know what they do
Problem
here,
with
which pisses
Arkansas,
me off?
though.
They drove away all the different water companies and all the different electric companies, so there's only one in the entire state. And even if you don't use the water, you still have to pay $60 a month, even if you don't use it.
Yep.
It's insane. There's no reason for it. We didn't
Yeah,
even have to do that in New York.
Yeah, that's a thing in other states too. I've heard of that. Like here in my apartment, like it happens here in Arkansas, but only on apartments because what they do is they split up the water bill between everybody and they include it into your rent. So it doesn't matter how much water you use or don't use, you pay $30 a month.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's
that.
not too bad.
See, if
But that's because it's an apartment complex and everybody's using the water.
Is it
right?
rent controlled?
No, not the apartments I live in. No.
Yeah, you
There's
don't find
some
them
down
anymore.
the street though. Yeah, there's some down the street that are rent controlled though, and they're like, you can get like a 3-bedroom for like $400 a month.
Oh man, I would
You
kill
know?
for that.
Like my apartment, even just a 1-bedroom in these really nice apartments I live in, is $575 a month. I mean, it's not bad for a 1-bedroom. I mean,
Okay, you people are talking about Texas, you don't screw around. All right, so I had some friends that came from Texas. Now, I live in the part of Florida that still does farming and shit, even though they want to be an art town, which anybody that lives in Florida just knows now where I live. Not even kidding, when they came here, there were people driving around with a Confederate flag, which is normal around here because, again, farms. They freaked out so hard, like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, you're from fucking Texas. How is this unique to you?
because they must have lived in some of the some of the bigger cities where they've.
To butt in and sort of change the subject a little bit, I received a rather nasty comment earlier from a fucking moron
Oh.
who decided that, he was going to take my obvious satirical video of me pretending to run for the London mayor seriously. Well, anyway, he fired some shots at me because, I'm not the breadwinner in my house.
So what?
I'm the stay-at-home dad. I'm the guy who's trying to make something of himself on YouTube to contribute toward the household funds. Is that wrong?
Dude, you're a stay-at-home dad. Do you know how many women would kill for that? For a dad that, or for a husband that is that involved with their children?
It's not even a sexual thing. It's not even like a gender thing. Like, are you doing what makes you happy?
Well,
as a person,
I'm as a person, I'm doing YouTube. I'm trying to make something of myself on the platform.
Sure, you're not just a lazy bum sitting at home, like
Exactly.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, like, if you became successful on YouTube, but still made less than your wife, but you made enough to like really be like a contributing to the household and really set you guys up for a better future, would you fucking trade that to be the breadwinner?
No, I'd be more than happy to contribute towards the
Yeah,
bills.
like who gives a fuck what you choose to do? It's your fucking life. You're a person.
It sounds like the dude's jealous of you.
Now, don't get me wrong. I still also believe that when in certain relationships, not all, because obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but there are times when men feel emasculated that their wives or girlfriends make more than they do.
Yeah.
And that could put strain on a relationship. I'm not without empathy for feeling that way because we have been brought up in a society where it's like women have to, put up with so much with like bearing children and raising them and everything. The least the man could do is be a man and go out and make the money, like that's the way we're raised. But at the same time, being an egalitarian, who gives a fuck how you live your life? You're a person and you're not hurting me by living your life the way you're living it. Like I wish people would have that fucking mindset more often.
Sorry, Magog. There's a £5 donation from Far Right Yorkshireman. Thank you so much, mate. I'd swim across the bastard Atlantic Ocean to get to Arkansas or any other state like that. Here's some shekels, by the way. Thank you very much, mate. I always appreciate the support.
Stop spelling Arkansas wrong. There's a fucking S at the end, not a W.
It's Arkansas.
They're just doing it phonetically.
Yeah,
but
that's how it's spelled. But a lot of people are like, why do you spell it with an S? We don't. It comes from the fucking Indians. Like, our state's named after the Quapaw. Fuck you.
It's cultural appropriation, good sir. You must rename your entire state.
I'm joking. I hated living in England when something like I was in England when here in a small town in Arkansas called BB, Arkansas. There was just about like 5,000 birds just died and fell out of the sky. Jesus. It was like literally raining dead birds and nobody knows why it happened. A lot of people say because it happened around 4th of July. A lot of people say that the fireworks people were setting off like confused their fucking, you know, their little bird brains or something and it killed them. I don't know. Nobody still to this day knows why it happened. There's no poisons in the water. There was no like fucking radioactive material. It just happened. But because it was such a weird thing that it actually made the news in England. And so I was sitting at work in my shop on the military base and the news came on. It was BBC and without, you know, like I expected it without it, you know, without even thinking about it, that fucking woman on BBC was like, in a small town of BB, Arkansas, or Arkansas, and I was like, fuck you, it's Arkansas!
Don't feel bad. You should see how people pronounce the name of my town.
The what?
I said people like to tend to fuck up the name of my town, which is not even that hard of a name.
It happens.
Don't say, don't, you know, give away.
Oh, I don't care. You can find it because of the P.O. box, but it's funny because the first part of it is Sarah, and they say it so weird. They're like, Sarah? And I'm like, really?
Well, that happens. Like, I had to learn the English way of pronouncing towns. Because when I first got to England, I was like, I want to go. There was a town called, like, how it's spelled is Norwich. But it's Norwich. Yeah. Like the W is silent. And I'm like...
Americans take all of our, like, words so literally.
Right.
When I worked with your Navy in Italy, mate, they walked over to us and like, yo, are you the sailors of Gloucestershire? And it's supposed to be what? Gloucester, right? No, it's Gloucester. For Christ's sake, you even have a Gloucester.
See, I don't even know because like
America has a Gloucester. You even pronounce it that way.
Well, it depends on where they're from too. In the South, like we have weird ones too. Like it really is regional. Like Alabama, one of the most well-known towns of Alabama is Mobile. Well, it's spelled mobile.
Yeah.
But it's Mobile. You know, it's just a regional thing. Like the nearest big town to me when I was living in Mildenhall was Bury St. Edmunds. But I was saying it Bury because like you bury somebody, you know, like I'm burying you, you know, but because that's how it's spelled, but it's Bury St. Edmunds. You know, like it's just a little thing. You got to learn that stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
It's like, oh, I annoy people so bad here because I say I dear. And it just drives like, it's language barriers and it's especially fun here in America. Oh, you should see it when I'm talking to my Italian, my artist. And I'm like, hold on, I got to head up to Venice. And he freaks out. He's like, what? You come here? I'm like, oh shit, no, we have one here too.
You know what pisses people, like even in regions where people live, they can't decide how to call their like the biggest one I can think of is Louisiana. Like, most people in Louisiana will say New Orleans, right? It's not New Orleans like the Yankees say it, you know, the fucking Northerners.
That's how I was taught to pronounce it.
It's New Orleans. It's New Orleans to most people, not to Cajuns. They fucking hate it when you say New Orleans. It's Nolans.
Oh, Nolans?
It's Nolans.
Y'all going down to Nolans?
Yeah.
New Orleans.
I'm going to head on down to Nolans. But
Cajuns
it's
are
New
wonderful.
Orleans to most Southern people except for Cajuns. And then it's New Orleans to Northern folk. And everybody hates that. We hate it.
It depends. Like, I usually just say New Orleans.
I say Nolans because I had a Cajun friend and I got used to saying it. So
That's so lazy.
yeah, well, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well,
okay. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss before we end the stream? Because I'm starving.
We should ask them if there's a... Oh, if you want to go grab a snack, we can keep going.
Why is Jacob Navo saying, fuck you, Magog? Like, what did I say?
No love for the Magog.
Yeah, no love for the... Did I mispronounce your town wrong? Is that what happened? I'm from New Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Aww.
Yeah, I've heard it said so many different ways, but my Cajun friend, he's like, Nolans.
Is he one of those that goes after gators?
Yeah, he sounded like that Farmer John guy from Waterboy. He just, hey, damn, no. Hey, mate. Hey, how you doing, mate?
Well, hey, if Irate wants to go and get some food, we can keep going on my stream, and he can go get some food.
Rich at Art says, alright, Bear, can you guys pronounce the country name Lagos? You guys always call it Lagos, but it's pronounced Lagos. No, it's Lagos.
Lagos?
Lagos.
Terrapin says, Magog, how are those Razorbacks? They suck as usual. There's a reason our college football team is the Razorbacks too. That's another unique thing about Arkansas. We have hogs here. And I'm not going to lie, wild pigs. Like seriously, you can hunt them. And I'm not going to lie to you. They will fuck you up.
I heard they're smart as shit too.
Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go get some food.
All right, we'll keep going in case you come back.
Yeah.
All right. You do not want to get caught out in the woods with a 400-pound wild pig, like without a gun. Like they will kill you. Razorbacks will fucking kill you.
We actually just recently had a wild pig here. It was a baby though, and we haven't had them in years, and everyone's like, where the fuck did this thing come from?
Yeah, it's they're all over Texas too. In fact, in Texas, they're so like overpopulated that you can hunt boar. You can hunt Razorbacks without a license. You can just kill
a friend
them.
of mine does that, and I always know when he's coming back from a hunt because he'll text me. He goes, "I got bacon." I'm like, "Oh, he's back from a hunt."
Damn Skippy.
See, I do animal rescue, but I actually agree with hunting and stuff as long as you're gonna eat it and you're not using it for trophy. If you're using it for trophy, fuck yourself.
Most people that I know here in Arkansas, because we're a huge hunting state, we're the natural state, deer hunting and stuff like that. Like people come from, it's our only tourism really is hunting because people come from out of state to come hunt here. And it's cheap to do so too. Like a fishing license is $15 in Arkansas.
Nice.
Like a hunting license is like $60. You know, like depending on whether you're bow hunting or rifle hunting or whatever, we have different seasons, right? But it's for population control, and most hunters, you keep what you kill. I mean, you don't just kill it and then hang its head up on the wall and throw the carcass out. Everybody I know that hunts uses all the animal that they can.
Yeah, people don't understand that hunting is for control. They're just like, you can't do that, you're hurting animals. Well, I agree, you're hurting animals, but if you don't, it's going to be a lot worse. The only things we don't hunt here are gators because they're fucking gators. They also know how to cross the street with the crosswalk sign. It's really weird.
Yeah, gator poaching is a huge thing in southern Arkansas when you get closer to Louisiana.
You guys have them too?
The battles
Do you have the crazy smart ones or just the really dumb ones?
Well, they're pretty smart. I don't have them in the region. Because I'm a little further north in Arkansas where it gets colder. But if you head down South Arkansas, closer to the border of Louisiana, where the bayous are, you get a lot of gators, and they're pretty smart. But the gator poaching's bad in Arkansas because we don't have as high a population. And so I guess our lawmakers aren't as concerned. It is illegal, but nobody's actively trying to stop it. So a lot of guys will go out into the fucking bayous with a machete. They'll grab the gator by the tails, chop its tail off, and let it run off in the water and die.
Oh, fuck them. That's terrible.
Because all they want is the tail because that's the best meat. You know?
That's terrible. You can't hunt gators here. We actually and I laugh. We have a golf course right near me, and they have gators on there. And if you actually hurt a gator with a golf ball, you get thrown out of there.
Yeah. I mean, you guys should protect the Everglades and the gator population.
Oh yeah, we have Mayaca, the big ass swamp here. Really, really nice place. They just started having to charge people to come in, and people are having a hissy fit. They don't understand. It takes a lot of upkeep and a lot of money to keep places like that going.
Yep. Your dream sounds like my life. I live in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia in a valley. Really? Anarcho-capitalist. Where do you live, man? Because my dad and most of my family live in West Virginia. Well, my dad lives here, but he's from West Virginia. But most of my family, he grew up in West Virginia. I wonder where. I wonder where in West Virginia they live. My dad grew up in a very small mountain town, not far north of Charleston, West Virginia. So I don't know where you're at, but yeah, Gator's good. Somebody asked, I want to try Gator. Gator's good.
I had a little bit of it. It's not bad. Like maybe because I'm getting older and stuff, like the idea of living out in the wilderness, well, not wilderness, but out away from people and stuff, as long as I've got internet and shit, that sounds like heaven. Maybe it's also because I come from the city and I fucking hate everybody. And tourists. Oh my God, I hate tourists. I hate tourists.
Yeah, that's the only problem I'm having right now with the land is we're figuring out internet up there. Now our land is in a place where it's close enough to towns. It's not so far out in the middle of nowhere. You got to drive 30 minutes to your nearest grocery store. But it is in a kind of a country road area where it's like part of the road that gets to my place is gravel. Like it's not even paved.
That must do hell on your car.
Yeah, and well, it's crush and run. It's gravel, but it's crush and run. I don't know.
See, I got a 94. I'm pretty sure if I tried that with her, she'd be like, yeah, look at that road. It ain't gonna work.
Do you even, like, people don't understand, like, it's not gravel anymore. Like, they used to do that. I know,
it's crush walks and stuff.
Yeah, it's crush and run is gravel, but it's mixed with a little bit of cement so that when it gets wet, it hardens. And then the more you drive on it, the more it flattens out. But it is not paved. You know, it's kind of dirt and dusty and, you know, like it's smooth enough, you know, but
I want to live there so badly.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, we're working out internet. I'm probably going to get
I like the countryside. Like I said, where I live, there's a lot of farms and stuff, so you can kind of get into the countryside area, and it's really nice. I used to ride my horse there when I had a horse.
There are a few downsides to living in the country in Arkansas. A big one is the wildlife.
Oh,
if you are not comfortable around poisonous everything, then don't live in the country.
I'm in Florida. Everything wants to kill me anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're used to that, I mean, for the most part, wildlife will leave you alone if you leave it alone. You know, like you see a fucking cottonmouth snake, fucking walk away, you know, but you have to maintain your lawn and you have to keep it cleared or else the wildlife will come up to the house. Oh. And that's the big thing. We're clearing about 3 acres around where we're going to build. And I got to mow that shit like every week because if you don't, like most of the wildlife will stick to the forest. But if you don't mow your shit and let the grass grow and all that stuff, man, you'll get snakes, you'll get fucking spiders, you'll get ticks, chiggers, all the shit that'll fuck you up.
Oh, fuck
I've gotten
chiggers.
chiggers before.
Yeah, fuck
chiggers.
Suck. I've had to deal with those.
That's racist.
Goddamn chiggers.
We actually just last year, even though I live in technically the city, we have like raccoon problem. We had 5 raccoons attack one of my dogs and try to rip her apart, and all she did was walk past him. It was insane. And I've never seen raccoons do that kind of thing. No,
raccoons are mean as fuck by nature. Like people think they're so cute because you feed them. That they're nice to humans because humans feed them.
Oh yeah. Like usually we've had to do rescues of them and they've never been this bad, but like the vet had never seen a gang of them. They've never encountered a group of raccoons actually working together like that.
Probably.
And rabies. The dog's okay before anyone asked.
They're learning. Gas.
Oh yeah, they're crazy smart. A lot of animals are.
Yeah, we have some people that like here in Arkansas, they buy weird animals as pets because there's such lax pet laws here in Arkansas that you can own almost anything as long as it's native to Arkansas.
Oh, see, here in Florida, we get rich retards because we have like the mansions near here who like to do things like buy lion cubs and then try to kill them after they playfully bite them, which means people like me get a lion cub for a month.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's crazy. We have animals that are native to Arkansas now that were not native to Arkansas before all that kind of like exotic
so you guys
pets
have the
happened.
same issue we're having with the
But they got released into the wild and started interbreeding and shit. We got snakes here that don't belong here. We got coral snakes. We shouldn't have coral snakes.
Who the fuck lets a coral snake out free?
Yeah, we had a waterway had to get shut down. Nobody could fish at it or anything. And basically, because they had to dam it so that it wouldn't spread to other waterways because somebody bought a fucking wolf fish and then released it into the fucking pond, right? Like it literally bred with other fish and just ate everything. Like wolf fish are called piranha killers for a reason. They look like a largemouth bass with a shit ton of teeth. Like, don't fucking put that in the water, you morons. Like,
we had that issue with lionfish to the point now that the marine biology place where I do a lot of rescue, they are begging people to catch and eat lionfish because it's gotten so bad it's completely destroying the ecosystem around here for the ocean. It's insane.
Because lionfish are, yeah, a real
they're
exotic.
nasty. They're apparently tasty, but they're nasty little bitches.
Yeah, I once was swimming in a lake, Greer's Ferry Lake up at Heber Springs, and it's a cold water lake. It's a spring-fed lake, so most of the snakes stay out of it. Reptiles stay out of it, you know, because it's fed by mountain springs. Huge lake. They dammed it and they flooded a valley. So like, there's actually a town under the water.
Oh,
like
that's
you can
awesome.
you can go scuba diving down Greer's Ferry Lake and like there's all these fucking buildings underwater and shit. It's creepy. But anyway, I was swimming in that fucking lake and I fucking turned and there was this fish staring at me. It was just staring at me. It was like, ooh, you're shiny because I'm really pale in the sunlight. You know, I'm a pale guy. So I'm like, I'm sitting there. I'm swimming in this lake and I turn and here's this fucking like 6-foot fish. And it's an alligator gar. I'm like, who put an alligator gar in Greer's Ferry Lake, you fucking asshole? Like,
it's like, I found dinner tonight.
That fucking teeth on them fish. I caught an alligator gar one time by accident. And as soon as I pulled him up halfway to the boat and realized what he was, I cut the line.
Nope.
I was like, I ain't going after my hook. Fuck that, I ain't losing fingers. Them fuckers will kill you.
You know what people started releasing here, and it's not funny, but it is? You know Nile crocodiles?
Ah, yeah.
Some retard brought them in. And here's the thing. Like I said before, alligators have actually learned to cross streets using the crosswalk signs. Like, you guys think I'm kidding. You can look this up. They actually know how to do that.
Before
Nile
you carry on
crocodiles
with your
are...
story about crocodiles crossing the road, thank you to Cryptic for the £40 donation. I really appreciate it, mate.
Awesome. But
Yeah.
we had a Nile crocodile crossing the street in my town, and an SUV hit it. It flipped the SUV, destroyed the SUV. Poor thing died.
Yeah.
But it's so massive compared to an alligator. I've never seen something that big.
Crocodiles are huge.
Oh no. My grandparents used to. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, but my dad was in the military, so we quickly moved away. But we would go every summer to visit my grandparents, and my grandparents had a ditch by their acre. Their house was on an acre, and they had a ditch, and there was a gator in that ditch that liked to live there, and he'd get up on the road and bathe in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And cars would come, and they'd have to stop, and they'd start honking that horn, and that fucking gator would not move. He was 50 foot. We called him Ben. We called him Big Ben. He didn't fuck with nobody, but he was old and huge. He was 15 foot. That's from snout to tail. That's a big boy, right? And
he sounds like a beauty.
My grandpa would go out to the road. People would be honking their horns and shit, and he'd be like, "Fucking go in reverse, go around, leave him alone." You know, like he's just sunbathing up on the street. He never attacked anybody. He never attacked dogs, nothing like that. But eventually enough people complained that he was bathing on the road and blocking the road that the wildlife did come out and they caught him and re-released him in a more natural, you know, in one of the protected lands, you know.
At least they re-released him.
They released him down. Yeah, they released him down Charlestown Landing. Charlestown Landing is a huge swamp in Charleston that is protected. And it has all the, you know, it's kind of like the Everglades. It has gators and birds and all kinds of stuff. And you can go and visit it and walk around. They have paths and bridges and stuff. But I didn't like Charlestown Landing as a kid because you could literally cross this rickety old bridge that's made of wood and rope. And beneath you is swimming alligators.
They were like, oh, look, dinner.
And I'm like, we're like walking across this thing and it's like swinging back and forth like the bridge in Indiana Jones. You know, and I'm like, fuck that. This is some Temple of Doom shit.
See,
fuck
that sounds awesome, but I would not do that with my fear of heights.
No. And it wasn't even, but here's the thing. Fear of heights wouldn't bother you on that bridge because it was not high above the water. It was like 10 feet above the water.
Yeah, I have an insanely bad fear of heights because I got pushed off a 3-story building. $20 from Tazzy. Love all the animals. I do.
I have a respect for animals, but I don't love them all.
I'll try.
There are some animals.
I'm willing to
There are some
rescue-
animals I blatantly hate. Like I do not like.
Spiders.
I don't care. Like I hate brown recluse spiders.
Okay,
All
that's
spiders.
just a
Fuck
natural
all
hatred.
spiders.
That's
Fuck
just
all
a
spiders.
natural. Like brown recluse spiders.
No, not just the brown recluse. All of them.
Yeah, I don't particularly like all spiders, but some spiders I'm like, it's just a house spider. Shoo him out of the door, you know.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. You know, go into the garden. You kill you know, because spiders are good for your garden. They kill other bugs that eat your plants. You know, they'll kill boll
Yes.
weevils and you know caterpillars and shit, right? So I'm like, get on out, you know. But I see a brown recluse, I'm killing it. If I see a fiddle spider, that's what they're actually called, fiddle spiders. They're called that because their bodies are shaped kind of like a fiddle. Them things, they literally have like a poison that necrotizes your flesh. Like if you get bit by a brown recluse, your fucking skin starts turning black and fucking rotting. It's fucking nasty.
What's
We
the
had one-
spider that when it bites you, it gives you a 4-hour erection and then you die?
It's like,
It wants you to have some fun before you die, at least.
right? That spider's like, hey man, I just did you a favor, but you better hurry.
Go get the wife, man. You're gonna have some fun before you die.
No, there's a tick here, a Lone Star tick. Have you guys ever heard of this? My boss, my old boss from my cleaning company, that gave me contracts. I mean, it was my cleaning company, but I was linked to him because he gave me contracts. But my old boss, Dan, he got bit by a Lone Star tick. And so, and suddenly after he got bit, it like changed his genetic coding, and now he can't eat red meat.
What
He's
the
allergic to
fuck?
it.
Fuck.
Really?
Yeah, one bite from a Lone Star tick can make you allergic.
Tick.
Yeah, it can make you allergic to red meat.
I ain't moving out there then because I have
Nasty
to eat
little
nothing
fucker.
but protein right now because I just got my stomach removed.
He can only eat chicken and fish. Like if he eats red meat, hamburger, steak, anything like that, he'll fucking puff up. He has to have an epinephrine pin.
Yeah, it's here on Popular Science. It's
Yep.
Lone Star tick can make you allergic to meat, and that's not even the worst of it, apparently.
Nope. Yep.
Even if they weren't vectors for nasty infections, the fact that they swell up like tiny little blood balloons and then burst if you don't remove them properly is enough to make you never want to set foot in the woods again. And guess what? They can also make you allergic to hot dogs and hamburgers, which is pretty darn unpatriotic for a for a tick named the Lone Star. Fucking-
Well, they're called the Lone Star tick because they have a single white dot on their back. They have a single little white dot.
Disgusting little creatures. Quite big little fuckers, aren't they, for ticks?
Yeah, I've seen a Lone Star
get
tick.
big.
Yeah, I've seen a Lone Star tick on the back of a dog
Oh,
that was sucking on the dog for so long it was the size of a fucking quarter.
well, that poor dog.
Dog didn't fucking care. He was a wild mutt, but he had a fucking tick on his back. At first we were like, oh, that dog's got like a sore or something. We had to take, and I got closer and that red balloon I saw on his back that I thought was a sore was a fucking tick.
That's when you're like, nice doggy, now go away.
Yep. So like, you know how I get rid of ticks in Arkansas? If you live in the woods anyway, like you don't
Alcohol?
see ticks in neighborhoods and stuff. Like you have to have overgrowth. Like
We
you
got
have to have
ticks
like
here.
trees and woods and shit, right? But the best way to keep ticks off your property besides just mowing the grass and cutting trees down around your house and stuff, because they like to fall out of trees onto your body. The best way to get rid of ticks is guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl,
Just
not
don't-
heard of that.
Yeah, just own a couple guinea chickens. Guinea fowl are a weird looking
Oh.
bird.
Is that
They're
the
a weird looking bird.
Is that the
but
one
they
that's got
will-
the long feathers that almost look like fur?
Yeah. Guinea fowl are weird looking chickens, basically wild chickens, guinea fowl. And they eat ticks, man. They'll just eat ticks all fucking day.
So you're gonna have
I-
a couple of guinea fowl on the land?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
goats.
Yeah, chickens eat ticks too. Chickens love ticks. If you want chickens and have free range eggs, get a couple chickens. Let them run wild. Let them run free. Don't put them in a pen. They'll eat all the damn ticks.
I've only dealt with chickens a few times, and all I can say is it made eating chicken more delicious because fuck those little bastards. I
Yeah,
got chased
like-
by a bunch of them.
That's the problem with owning any kind of bird, even guinea fowl. Well, guinea fowl aren't as bad. They're more wild, so they don't make they make a mess, but they make it out in the woods. You just let them. For some reason, guinea fowl will not like leave where you put them. Like as soon as you set them down, you're like, okay, they're just naturally like, okay, this human just placed me here. Everything within 50 foot around me is mine. I'm not leaving. Like, they don't run away. They don't fly away. They don't try to, like, escape. As soon as you set them down, they're like, this is mine. This is mine. I own this. You know?
We gotta get him a guinea fowl, and we need to film it, and we need to have him voicing it.
What Magog actually is saying is that you should set fire to the countryside.
No.
And I completely agree. Fuck all the animals. All spiders, all insects, no reptiles, no amphibians. Get the fuck out.
See, I like lizards. We get a lot of lizards that come in the house, and I was laughing because after we did tenting here for termites, because Florida, I go to take a shower, and I look over, and there's a gecko just chilling out on my shower curtain. I'm like, 1, how the fuck are you still alive? 2, why are you in my shower? I just picked him up. I got dressed, picked him up, and put him outside, and my neighbor's losing their shit because I'm holding a little gecko. I'm like, it's a gecko. It's not gonna hurt you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You want me... Oh, fuck this. You want me to move to Arkansas, right? And there's fucking ticks and spiders and shit that'll get me, and snakes and shit like that.
Florida, too.
Yeah, but dude, only if you go traipsing through the woods without the proper protection. If you fucking put on some jeans and tuck the jeans into your fucking
and some
boots,
power armor, perhaps.
And get some fucking off bug spray and spray it on your neck and your arms and shit.
Or tea tree oil. Tea tree oil works really,
now that
really
shit
good.
don't work in Arkansas. They built up a tolerance.
Oh, well, fuck Arkansas.
I tried that, man. I got some tea tree oil and sprayed it all over my body. Went out to my land, came back, had 3 ticks.
Oh, god damn.
They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. I got to get proper chemicals on my body, okay? I got to buy some off bug spray with fucking plutonium.
Well, tea tree oil still works really well against bed bugs. That shit will drive them crazy.
Oh yeah, no, it drives bed bugs crazy. But it really depends on where you live too and how you manage your land. If you put like cedar up, do you know what cedar is?
Oh
like
yeah.
Cedar is a redwood or not a redwood, an evergreen that secretes an oil that insects don't like. No insect, not mosquitoes, spiders, none of them. They fucking flee. If you put some cedar on your property, you won't have bugs. They're gone.
Bully Hunter says, don't bully the ticks, Magog.
Somebody asked me, so I take it you're not a vegan. I can't be a vegan. I got stomach surgery where I got 80% of my stomach removed. The only thing I can really eat right now is meat. And that all my doctor says to eat is meat.
Yeah,
protein.
you got to be on the carnivore diet.
Yep, for an entire year, because if I don't, I'll die, because my organs will shut down.
Yep, you've got to take in so much protein.
And you lose so much weight. It's insane to think about. Because you know, growing up, I've always been taught that meat is fattening. It's not. It's really, really not.
You just have, like, Ray Bear, I just saw what you wrote. So lay concrete everywhere.
Yes.
That's one way to do it. Yeah, you'll never get ticks in a Walmart parking lot. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You gotta adapt to the environment you move to. I mean, you just gotta have some proper fucking respect for the wildlife. Yeah, you get some power armor and you get a fucking gun with rat shot in it. Any snake that comes by, you just shoot it with rat shot and blow them to pieces.
Yeah, I'll be uploading this. Don't worry. After I edit it, I'll be uploading it.
Ryan Rawlings has the correct manner of which to get rid of pests. Exterminate from orbit before cleansing with fire. Orbital bombardment, please.
You know what kind of insect I would love to get as a pet one day? Is a
none of them.
Praying mantis. They're so cute.
No.
And I don't like bugs.
They're disgusting. All insects are disgusting.
You can't have praying mantises as pets.
Why?
I mean, you can, but they don't live long in captivity.
If you know how to take care of them. My mom had one for about 4 years.
That's not long.
Well, it died because somebody at the school was stupid. That's why it died. It was doing good until then.
We have mantises and we have all kinds of weird bugs here.
Then I want to come there and watch the mantis. I love praying mantises. We don't have them here anymore. We used to.
You know what actually became fucking indigenous to Arkansas recently, because people bought them as pets and then they got loose in the wild, is fucking red-eyed alligator skinks. They're a lizard. Skinks, alligator skinks are the closest lizard I've ever found that actually look like dragons.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're not
cute.
Love they're disgusting.
How? Oh, but they're so
Fire.
cute.
Fire, burn.
Have you ever seen an alligator skink?
So adorable.
You guys were talking about cats earlier. I wrote it in the chat, but you didn't see it. Have you seen the new breed of cat called Lycoi?
No.
They're a new breed of cat. They're called Lycoi. They're literally called werewolf cats.
Oh yeah, those I've seen. I've seen the werewolf cats. Those
Them
are
fucking things have
amazing.
like bright orange eyes, and they have like patch of fur, but some of them aren't furred. Like they look like fucking little werewolves.
Yeah,
do.
but I'm wondering.
They
I've
act
got
more
them
like
up.
dogs than they do cats too.
I've got a picture of one up now. Let me show the chat what they look like.
Yeah, but my problem is, and again, this is just from someone that's done a lot of rescue and just dealt with a lot of animals. I'm wondering what the genetic issues is going to be with it, because it seems like from seeing it that it's going to have a lot of genetic issues later on in life.
No, believe it or not, what they found out, because I've read up on them, Lycoi are actually a little bit better with that, because they're actually a breed they're a breed mixed with a feral cat.
I'm showing it on
So
screen
it makes
right
them
now.
more kind of more back. It reverts them back more to probably their ancestral state.
I'm showing it on stream right now.
I
Right.
really want to get one eventually. I've
Look
got
at them
two.
little
I've got
fuckers,
two
man.
right now, so I can't get any more cats.
Yeah, they have really coarse hair like feral cats do, but they're bred with a house cat that makes them a little more tame. But apparently they act more like dogs. They're pack animals.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
And they
awesome.
actually play more like dogs, than they actually like wrestle and stuff like that. They do play. They do rough and tumble play, you know?
See,
I
had
want
a
one
cat
of
like
those
that
cats
once.
with the
I'd
that
love to
look
get one.
look like little leopards.
She has
Oh,
cat
you're
surprise. Honey, I do animal rescue. The cats that I have and the dogs that I have them because if I didn't, they'd be put down. We tend to keep the ones that won't survive. Like the two cats I have, one of them cost me 10 grand as soon as we rescued him because his intestines were completely wrapped around his stomach. And he was
Yep.
only 4 months old at that point. They were just going to let him starve to death.
I like
Yeah.
Maine Coon cats.
Oh, I used to have one. She lived to be 23, and God, she was a bitch to everyone but me.
I'm not a
huge,
huge
aren't
cat
they?
person. I like dogs, but I would buy a Lycoi cat just for my show. Like Magog with a little werewolf cat.
You know, you can train them too. Surprisingly, you can train cats.
Yeah, of course
you
you
can't train mine. They're a pair of cunts.
Yeah, like you can train them to a certain extent. Like cats go, that's my human. It gives me food. I love this human. But there's still that instinctual where it's like, ooh, look, something to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, God,
cats
yeah.
just do that. Like if they get out, they're like mouse, bird. Like cats will bring you a present in the morning because they love you. You give them food. So you wake up one morning and your cat's just
that's
like,
not why they do it.
"Here's
That's
a
not why
carcass."
they do it.
You know, like
That's not why they're bringing you it. They they done research on this. They bring you dead animals because they think you're a retarded kitten. That's not even a joke. They really think humans are retarded kittens that can't feed themselves.
well, yeah, cats are the center of their own universe, but they still do it out of affection. They
Yeah,
wouldn't do
they're
it
trying
to an
to
enemy.
feed you. They're like,
They
human,
don't do
you're
yeah, they
stupid.
don't do
Here's
it to
some
an
food."
enemy. They do it to something they love. You know, that was my point. They come up and they go, "Puh, here you go." You know, there's a fucking dead bird in my bed.
You're welcome. Somebody says their Maine Coon loves people. My cat, one of the funniest things was when we got her, she started sleeping on the head of my bed and she would also sleep at my door to guard it. And if I cried for any reason, I was probably 5 or 6 when we got her. She lived again 23 years. If I cried, anybody in the house, she would go after and start attacking. No, just if I just started crying, she would attack anybody else because she thought
Who
they
hurt my
hurt me.
kitten? Who hurt
Yes.
my kitten?
When we took her one day to a vet, the vet tech reaches in and my mom goes, "I wouldn't do that." "Oh, it's just a cat." All you hear is, "Meow," and you see him pull his hand out all bloody. I reach in, pull out the cat, and just looks at him like, "Hi, I'm not gonna hurt you until you touch me."
Yep.
We're upsetting my chat.
"Oh, I'm sorry."
Man, I thought this was a good conversation.
Yeah, so did I. So did I. I actually want to end it there anyway, guys. I want to go game for a bit and stuff. So
All right.
we did discuss the bully hunting. We spoke about degeneracy. We spoke to Magog about large werewolf cats.
Hi, puppy.
It's been a very productive live stream. So guys, make sure you go subscribe to Purity Sin and follow her on Twitter.
Aye.
Links are in the description. Magog, shill your shit in the chat, please. And is there anything you guys want to say before we finish?
Well, Magog, if you want to stay around, we can do another 30 minutes on my stream.
Sure.
If my chats were enjoying the conversation, if you guys want to continue the stream from Irate Bear, just hop over to my stream.
You can shill that link in the chat. You have a
Making me
link.
do all the hard work. How dare you, Bear?
I'm not shilling it for you. I've done enough for you for one day.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, you should be helping me more.
Hey, I showed your ass at the beginning of the stream.
You've not watched my newest video on Irate Alex yet.
I've barely been home. I'm sorry, I did a VR stream yesterday. I was tired by the end of it. Fine, we'll get you doing VR and have you do Resident Evil 7 and see how you feel after an hour.
Fucking kill myself. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been the Irate Bear. You've been a bunch of bigots. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Alright, so we're going to continue over on my channel while Irate goes and plays some games or whatever he's going to go do. Whatever gay little thing he's going to go do.
Fuck your stream. You
I see how it is.
Your stream's gay.
Your wife's already come over to my stream. She's on my side now.
Oh, right. Do you know what, right? I'm banning her from your channel.
Oh, that's just mean. Oh my god, you actually did it.
Yep, fucking right. She's not allowed. She's banned. She's not allowed to fucking talk in your chat.
Is this like the same Hangouts, or we gotta move?
No, we can stay here.
Don't have to move at all, mate.
Oh, you guys are simulcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what? She's been unbanned? This is some bullshit. Right, I'll do something. I'll do something you can't undo then.
Your cat learned to follow you with a snap of the finger. That's awesome. Would you leave your wife? She's gonna beat your ass when she catches you.
Good. She's coming. I can hear her. Oh, no, that wasn't her. There we go. Right, well, I'm going, so enjoy your gay little stream.
See you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
See you later. See you later, Magog.
Later, man.
Oh, hey, oh.
Don't cut it off. They're gonna hear it.
No, they're not. Bye, everyone.
All right, so Magog, I wanted to ask you, how'd you come up with your character?
Well, there was cocaine.
Well, that always helps.
No, I'm joking. No, I actually, when I first wanted to start YouTube, I played around with all kinds of different ideas. And then when I finally committed to like buying a camera and a better computer and building a set, I was like, let's do fantasy, you know? And it was purely by accident. I was trying different things, little costume pieces and stuff. And I was on a Skype call with my friend in Japan, who's stationed in Japan, who I was in the military with, and we were talking, and I put this black hood on and did this funny voice to make his son laugh, you know, and Magog was born. I mean, it really, like, I was like, that's really good. So I did my first video, and I really liked it with the green screen effects and the dragon flying around in the background and all that stuff, and it was easier to do than maybe like a sci-fi character or something like that, because you could just buy a bunch of old shit from antique shops to add to the set, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I, you know, I wanted to get on YouTube and start because I was like watching YouTube since pretty much Gamergate era, like 2014-ish. Before that, I only watched YouTube to watch like music videos or whatever. I had no idea there was existing on YouTube a corner of YouTube that was like political and social discussion, you know, until Gamergate. Then all of a sudden it was like, click this video about somebody explaining Gamergate, because I was like I wasn't following the hashtag. I didn't even have Twitter, but I was like, I was seeing things in the mainstream news about Gamergate.
Yeah, I kind of got, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I kind of got into the political and all that shit because of the Gamergate too. A friend of mine introduced me to Jim and, you know, Mr. Medicare.
Yeah.
And I started watching that, and then I started getting into more of the political stuff, and I was like, God, the world's more fucked up than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a cliche when it comes to Gamergate. Literally the first video I ever watched on YouTube that wasn't a music video or something, or like a how-to video because I didn't know how to do something, was fucking Sargon of a God.
Yeah,
Like, he blew up around that time. I mean, he literally went from like a nothing, no-name channel talking about history with like 14 subscribers to like hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of subscribers, you know, because he did a video and it went viral. And it was because of that that I started clicking on other things too, you know, recommended videos and all that stuff. And before I knew it, I was into school. I didn't really know what to do with my life. I was just using the GI Bill to go to school until I figured it out. And I had my cleaning jobs. I had 3 jobs and I had full-time school. But then eventually like 2016 rolled around and I was like, it was like Christmas 2016. And I was like, you know what? I have things to say. I keep watching these videos, these people like Bearing and Undoomed and Sargon and Mundane Matt and people I've been watching since Gamergate. And I was like, I have some fucking shit to say too about this like SJW movement and the feminists and all that stuff and gaming. And I was like, man, how am I going to attract that crowd? How am I going to do something that hasn't been done before on YouTube? Because most of everybody I watched, except for maybe Mundane Matt, used avatars. And so it just dawned on me, why don't I actually just show my face and be a real character like the Crypt Keeper or something? You know? Just a wisecracking evil motherfucker, right? But actually has some, deep down has kind of a good heart and something to say. And Magog was kind of born from that. And it took me a couple months to finally settle on that. Like, I had to borrow, like, the world Magog is from is borrowed from a novel I've been writing for like 5 years. Like, I've developed like a 6,000 year history of this world and everything from the gods to the different ages and all that stuff. And I never went anywhere with the novel. I spent more time creating the world than I did writing the damn story, you know?
Isn't that how it always is though? You get so obsessed with the little details.
Right, exactly. And so like I got so obsessed with the little details but never wrote the book. So when I decided to do a YouTube channel, I sold my couches. Because I live in a 1-bedroom and I didn't have the room to build the set. So I sold my couches in my living room to turn it into a set. And I took a huge chance. I spent about $4,000 to start my channel. I had to buy a camera. I had to buy a new computer or build a new computer that could handle the editing. I had to get the costumes and the props. I went shopping at antique stores. If you put a lot of thought and work into your YouTube channel, and up that production level, give people something they haven't seen before, you will be at least mildly successful like myself. You know, you'll garnish some attention. Now to keep it going, you still have to continue the good production and everything, but to keep it going, you do have to have the time to put in the work and the talent to act out your lines and to write the jokes and all that stuff. I mean, you got to keep all of that going, and that gets tough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. Trust me. I work my ass off. People don't seem to understand that. They think just doing YouTube is, oh, I'm going to stand in front of the camera, I'm going to stand in front of the mic, and 1, 2, 3, I'm done. And then I'm just going to upload it. They have no idea how, some people have no idea how much editing goes into it, voicing, having to redo voicing. If I tell you how many times I've had to do certain visual novels, like, over and over again, it's insane.
Yeah. Foo-Bars in your chat says, I found Magog from Logic. That was my first big bump. After Failure discovered me and started shilling me out to other people on his live streams, I gained a few thousand subscribers off of that. I think I was at like 1,800 or close to 2,000 subscribers. And then all of a sudden, Failure sent Logic to my videos. And Logic was just like, this guy's fucking hilarious. You know?
I saw you through a collab, and I can't remember who it was, but I just started following your channel, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've done a few collabs, and the Logic shout-out wasn't even a collab. He literally liked my content so much that he followed me on Twitter suddenly. And then I had a message in my DMs, and it was Logic. And I was following him, so I was, like, really surprised at that. And then Logic was like, hey, man, you awake? It was, like, midnight. And I was like, yeah, I'm awake. He was like, check my channel in about 10 minutes.
Oh,
and I was like,
awesome.
I was like, yeah, cool, man. Will do. And I thought he was trying to tell me that he's about to start a stream or something and was going to invite me on. Turns out he uploaded a video of him just being like, hey guys, check this guy out. And then he played a few clips from my videos, you know, like it was just a straight shill. It wasn't a collab or nothing, you know, and I gained like, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 subs overnight.
See, that's amazing. See, This is like the first time I've ever actually really worked with other YouTubers, because the few times I've had interactions with big YouTubers, it's been one of those where they're like, oh yeah, I'll help you if you help me, and then I've helped them, and then when I ask for their help, they're like, nah, not gonna help you. And I'm not gonna say names before anyone asks, because I'd really rather not bring a few people after me. But there are some YouTubers I wouldn't work with if you paid me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way of the game now. Luckily, I kind of walk between the raindrops. People just love the character. I have a good separation between real life and the character. People, very rarely do people be like, you're stupid. Because, I mean, you're arguing with a guy dressed like a fucking wizard. You know, like, you know, you're not going to look smart going, I disagree with your stupidity. Like, the point is to be a little stupid. But the point is also to do the type of self-deprecating humor that when people watch it, they don't just get fully insulted. I've had SJWs, like liberal progressive leftists, who have left messages on my videos going, I really disagree with everything you say. I hate the skeptic community. I hate the fucking alt-right. I hate, you know, like, I'm a liberal. I'm a leftist. I live in Los Angeles, but you're my guilty pleasure.
That is awesome.
I've gotten that comment before, and I was like, hell yeah. Like, you know... So I do get into some of the drama now and again, like the Zeph thing. I mean, but that was personal. He doxed me. So
yeah, fuck that.
You know,
doxing is, you go all out on someone that doxes. But like, I did nudity for my characters, and when I originally started using my mascot after I got out of the whole I'm going to copy everyone else phase, because let's face it, a lot of YouTubers, especially Let's Players, will do that at first. Originally, my character was completely dressed. And I got this message from a feminist, and she's like, you should be ashamed of yourself looking all sexual. And I go to my artist, and I go, Bosco, yes? Let's draw Lily naked. And he lost his shit. He goes, oh my god, that great idea. And it's like, people loved it, and they went nuts over it. And it's funny, because I'll always get these feminists and stuff like that who don't get that it's a joke. And they'll be like,
right.
Aren't you ashamed of drawing your character like that? She'd be ashamed of herself. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you writing the character?
Right. Like, yeah, like people have lost their sense of humor for the most part, but it is nice to play a character where even people who've lost their sense of humor and they don't like Magog, they never subscribe to me, they don't see a reason to attack me either.
No, because your videos are funny, and they're harmless. They're just funny and harmless.
I mean, I'm an asshole in just the right way. Like, I will get on my videos and really insult somebody, but then I'll turn around and drink poison and die. And so it's like really self-deprecating. It's like you get to see me suffer too. I insult myself as well, so that people understand. It's just insult comedy. It's a roast, you know?
Well, yeah.
And, you know, that really helps me separate from like the normal, like, oh my God, did you hear that misogyny? Attack him, you know?
Oh my God, you're such a misogynistic pig. Check your privilege. Why did that take me so long to answer the last part of that? Sorry.
Right. But yeah, I you know, and the voice thing is probably the decision that I both love and hate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I hear you do that voice, I cringe a little because I have to do voice acting and stuff, and I know the feel of how much that's gotta hurt.
Right. Yeah.
Do you do like tea and stuff to help with your throat afterwards?
Believe it or not, it doesn't hurt that much, except for like when I'm sick, because it really irritates the sinuses, you know.
Oh. But
like for the most part, I don't have that hard of a time. But when it is difficult, I have like sore throat spray. I do tea, like you said, like some sugar and tea and honey, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, it is really hard sometimes to just like be filming for an hour and just be like, oh my God, can you actually believe somebody did this? Like, for the love of God.
I want to see you just do an entire like video where Magog's trying to be a valley girl. That would be amazing. Get like, the wig on and everything.
Totally. You know?
Oh my God, like totally. Did you see what that wizard was wearing? That was last year's robe.
Right? Yeah.
Anyone that isn't subscribed to Magog here, go subscribe. He's amazing. I love how like all of the YouTubers I've met that you would think are complete douchebags and just nasty are so sweet. And I'm not saying sweetheart like what happened with Jim or anything, but I'm like, I've met a couple of the skeptics where you would think, oh, he's probably an asshole in real life, and just been really nice. Like you, Undoomed, Irate.
Yeah, I mean, we're just people. You know?
Yeah, people seem to forget that.
I like to do comedy and I like to make fun of people that are stupid, but I also do it in a way where it's really balanced. Like I have no actual hatred for them. And I think that's what shines through. Like I'm just a genuinely nice guy. I really am in real life. Like I will give you the shirt off my back if you needed it. You know, like I give homeless people money. I fucking stop and talk to everybody. I get along with a lot of people, different personalities, even if I disagree with them, because I'm just a genuinely like, you know, okay guy, like with everybody and what they're doing. I mean, I have some people where I'm just like, fuck that guy, but it's very rare, you know, it's very rare, but they have to understand, like I created Magog to be kind of my dark alter ego so that I could express my views in a way that people would find also entertaining.
Yeah, but I never, like, I know Magog's supposed to be dark, but I never really saw him as, like, the asshole type. He seems more like he's trying to be, but he's not very good at it, if you don't mind me saying that.
No, that's the point. It's self-deprecating humor. The whole point is he sees himself as this like dark overlord conqueror, but in reality he's a fuck up. You know, like that's the point. That's the funny of the character. He thinks he's better than he is. It's kind of like when you watch Joe Dirt and the dude is completely clueless as to how stupid he is. You know, like he himself, he thinks he's a badass, you know,
Plus,
but
it's
he's
always fun to write those characters. We've got one coming up in the comic book we're working on, and it's always fun because we've got 3 different people helping with the writing, and every time I'm like, all right, we've got to write this character. Everybody's like, I want to write him. It's my turn.
Right. And then then I started branching out. Like when I started seeing the success of the character, I started going, okay, I'm enjoying this. This is a new thing. This is something I never thought I'd get into. I never wanted to be an actor. I never wanted to do anything like that and be in front of the camera. Always wanted to be a writer and a director, but never an actor. And suddenly I just found myself really enjoying connecting with people, doing podcasts, talking to people outside of my character. And then in my character, I really started falling in love with the world I'd created and the character I'd created and wanted to take it in a new direction. And so I decided on the sitcom. So when the studio is built out on the land and I moved in about 6 months, I'm going to get started building the medieval village, and I'm going to hire actors and other people like my patrons. They'll be able to come out and be like background people.
I'd love to do some voicing for you.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing like a little side comic and stuff in the meantime? Because I mean, that's kind of what we ended up doing.
I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not just the building up to the sitcom, like the live show Side Quest with Beerbarian. I've got 2 new co-hosts and they're both female, and they've created their own characters. They can't wait to join the show. And what I found is people are drawn to the idea of having these political discourses and these social talks and these comedies, but having fun with it instead of being all like, you know what happened today that really pissed me off? Fucking Trump attacked Syria. You know, like, instead, it's more like, oh my God, I get to like dress up and have a little fun. You know, it's Halloween, you know, it's fucking cosplay, you know? And so Side Quest is really fun because we have like health bars and shit like that. So when the chat insults us, we actually lose health and die on screen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, you know, it's really fun and interactive. It was taking this idea of taking an RPG and then parodying it, you know? Making it a satire of like RPGs and fantasy RPGs and stuff. So here's Magog, who's like this powerful wizard, but he's also a fuck up. And here's Beerbarian, and he's a savage barbarian who is actually kind of stupid and doesn't know anything about anything, you know? And the 2 new characters, I'm not announcing them yet until the show. I want it to be a surprise, but it's going to be great to have 2 females and 2 males.
So hard not to spoil new characters, isn't it?
Oh,
you just want to talk about them so much.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, how long did you play D&D before you finally made Magog? I have never played D&D in my life. Like, that's what's so funny is people think I'm like a hardcore fantasy nerd. And I guess in a way I am, but it's mostly video games. Like Skyrim took 6 years of my life away. Like seriously, like when I learned I could mod it on the computer, I was done for years. All I did was go to work, go to school, and fucking play Skyrim. You know, I was fascinated by that huge world that they built, you know. When I started video games, I'm a bit older, you know, than some people and that are on YouTube and stuff and in school with. And I remember video games that were like when I remember getting Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and it came with Mario. And it was like the first actual run around in a 3D world game I've ever played, right?
Yeah.
Like, that blew my mind so much that I can remember being a kid going, there's no way video games could get better than this.
Oh, I know, right? It's so weird, like, looking back because we grew up
Yeah, I
with
thought
them.
that was the end. I literally thought that was the end of video games. Like, it would never get better.
And now you look at video games now and it's just like, whoa. And you hear kids now complaining, and it's like, you should have seen what we grew up with. Okay, somebody asked, do you have a Can I Kill It character?
I don't know what that is.
It's one of those characters that everybody just wants to constantly kill, but at the same time they like the character and they won't admit it.
That's Poe.
Because somebody said Poe is the asshole.
Yeah, Poe is the asshole. Poe is the little dead raven that I created in one of the... Okay, there's a story behind this. It's pretty funny. I did a video on Boston Antifa because I seriously thought they were real. Then come to find out Boston Antifa are not. They were a parody. Well, I was so new. Yeah, I was so new to the internet, I didn't even know what a Poe was at the time. But suddenly I started getting comments going, you know, these guys are faking it, right? Like this is satire. And I was like, no way. And people were like, no, it's a Poe. So I looked up what a Poe was. An internet Poe. And I was like, well, that's weird because Poe is also the last name of Edgar Allan Poe. And he's most famous for writing the poem, The Raven, right? Nevermore, right?
Yeah.
So I bought this dead raven Halloween prop and I released a video where the little dead raven was the spirit of a thief that broke into Magog's tower and died in one of the booby traps. And Magog trapped him in the bones of a dead raven and commanded him to tell him if anything he was seeing from our world was fake or not. And ever since then, like, Poe became his own little character and has his own little show on my channel called Midnight Drury, where he takes advice columns off the internet and answers them as though they were written to him.
I've seen them. They're great.
You know? And so Poe does a wholly different voice and his eyes light up and he's what Magog is, but worse because he doesn't care what people think. Like Magog is like, worship me, you know, type of thing, right? He still wants people to worship him. Poe's more like, you're a complete moron. You know, I don't even respect you as a human being. You know, like he's just a straight asshole. And so I get to play with kind of both sides of that kind of asshole nature, you know.
Said the Raven. Fuck you.
Yep. Yep. Nevermore. Nevermore do I have to watch this shit again. You know, like
it is always fun to make characters like that. Like, I laughed because when we started releasing some of our characters, before we were going to do originally animations, and we ended up doing a comic because fans demanded it. Just by showing some of the pictures for the characters, people were already coming up with asking, you know, oh, do they act like this? Do they act like this? Is their relationship with this character like this? Like this? It's amazing to see what fans can come up with just from a few simple things.
Right, yep. And I'm seeing in your chat a lot of people go, just sub to you. I really appreciate it.
Guys,
thank you.
Twitch, YouTube, seriously, go sub to him. I love Magog. In fact, I really love getting to talk to him. I didn't think I'd ever get to talk to these type of people.
Yeah, it's really weird too because you have like at least half. I have half the subs you have. Like you're way bigger than me as far as sub count, and that happens a lot. Like I've had people like Undoomed and stuff when they first saw my videos.
Undoomed so bad.
Like I am now friends with all these people because even though I'm a small channel, people are like, dude, you are fucking hilarious. Like Undoomed fucking likes to just talk to me like out of character. He's just like, you're a good dude to talk to, you know? And I'm like, I never thought I'd be there because these are the guys I watched for years. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy. It's like, I knew Undoomed for years, like his videos and stuff. Now all of a sudden it's like, hey, everybody, I've got Magog here. You know, like he's doing his fucking evil voice. And I'm like, we're talking Star Trek and movies and shit, you know? And it's just, it's really odd, you know? It's really odd to just be like, I'm now part of this world. So, you know, like you have your subs. I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but you've done very well for yourself. I've only really seriously
been doing YouTube for really a year and a half. I mean, I used to do videos off and on before that, but I kind of got rid of a lot of them when I just kind of like, all right, I'm going to start taking this more seriously. And it's surreal to me that I've got people that are such huge fans, like that they begged for a comic. We did a cartoon for Disney, a pitch, and Disney told us nobody would like it, nobody would like the message. I showed it to the fans, and they're like, "Oh my God, I want more."
Yeah, it's so weird because here we are. We're part of the counterculture, aren't we? We're part of we're part of the new media,
Well,
right? The rise of the new media.
what I'm still getting used to is the cartoon I pitched. The entire point of the story was that it didn't depend on how you looked. As long as you work hard, you can achieve your dream. Because it's about a cartoon character that was thrown away, was drawn to be a villain, was thrown away, but gave a second chance, but still has some issues. And Disney tells me that's not the message that should be sent to children.
Right.
And it's like, I grew up with classic cartoons and stuff. I was an animator up until my accident. And hearing that, it was a shock to me that the culture now is whine, bitch, complain, scream racism and you'll get what you want, instead of teaching them work hard. Don't look at someone for their skin color, which was the point of the cartoon. And I'm like, how can this be wrong now to teach kids?
Yeah, now it's look at people's skin color, and if it's different from yours, be guilty. That's a really weird lesson to be teaching children. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, so did I. So you know what I'm talking about, where we were taught to treat everyone with respect.
We were taught to just like, the kid sitting next to you in class ain't no fucking different. He's just as miserable in class as you are.
Yeah, and like now it's... Like, I watch shows like Steven Universe and things like that. 'Cause, again, I used to be an animator, so I'm still very much into animation. And I see what's on TV, and I know parents, and I've talked to parents, especially because of the cartoon. A lot of parents have come to me asking when there's going to be more of it. It's weird talking to them, because they'll tell me about in school, like, teachers have yelled at their kids for playing with a black kid because the kid's white, and the kid's treating the black kid like anybody else, but you're not supposed to do that. And it's like, that's really fucking disturbing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason I created Magog as well. I mean, I finally decided to get on YouTube and say something for myself instead of just watching all these videos, was because I was seeing this shit. Not just like online, but in real life, like at my school, because I decided to go to college using my GI Bill after I got after I left the military and got injured in Iraq and everything.
Is it really as bad at colleges like I've been hearing?
Oh yeah. Like just this semester, like my intro to photography teacher started the first day of class with camera basics and was like, photography has a history in racism. That was her first lesson. I was like, this is going to be a long fucking semester.
You know what?
You
When I was in animation history classes, you know what the first things we were taught? We were shown the cartoons that are considered extremely racist nowadays, and our teacher taught us, look at the cartoons for the time they were made, and not for modern, the way it is now. And we actually got to discuss them and stuff. And
right.
I can't imagine... like a teacher that would go, that's racist, I can't show that. Like, we watch some of the stuff you'll never see released from Disney and Warner, even though, Warner has released some. We saw some they have worked very hard to bury. And it was just fun to sit and talk about them.
Well,
we didn't even talk about race.
Song of the South is one of their ones that they didn't even, like, release.
It's not even that bad of a movie. It's boring, but it's not that bad of a movie.
Yeah, but it's one of the ones that they're so ashamed of. They just locked it in their vault. They didn't release it on DVD or anything.
They released it in other countries. It's only because it started a shitstorm here that they haven't released it.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying you can't get it, but it's not like they're doing some 20th anniversary edition like they do for Beauty and the Beast and shit.
And yet Warner Brothers did release a lot of theirs, especially their wartime cartoons, and they had a warning at the beginning, and they said the same thing my teacher had taught me. You look at it for when it was made and not for nowadays.
Yeah, this comes from a different time, but that's the problem with neo-Marxists and social liberals and progressives and stuff. They are applying the now to fucking everything,
Did you see
and they don't realize that shit changes,
Did you see the shitstorm that started with Cuphead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that actually almost made me make a video about it, because all of the news journalists got so much shit wrong about Fletcher cartoons that I knew so many professional animators that I'm still friends with that lost their shit.
they were wrong, and but at the same time, I'm not mad because everybody knows they were wrong, and that exposure helped Cuphead become like a best-selling game, you know? So
Yeah,
like
but
those guys got paid for an indie game, you know? Like I'm proud of that. You know, I'm proud that they got that attention even though it was negative because they decided to do a game based on the cartoon animation style of like Betty Boop, you know?
yeah,
What the fuck
1930s. Not only did
Yeah.
they imitate it, they actually did it. It's cell animation and all of that stuff. That's why it took 5 years. And I'm sorry, it just pissed me off as an animation person for them to say, Fletcher was sexist. He hated black people. You do know that one of the main voices and singers from there was black. And Betty
Yeah, I
Boop,
mean-
he's the one that got female cartoon characters to be big.
Walt Disney had a thing against fucking Jews.
No, he didn't.
But
No,
he
he
still
didn't.
worked with them, you know?
No,
Was
he
it Jews
didn't.
Was it Jews or black people? It's one of the two.
Neither. He had no problem with any of them. Most of the 12 little old men, the original animators, most of them were Jewish. He had no problem with them.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of some other old animator then because
There's
there's
so
definitely
much.
one of them.
The rumor started about him being an anti-Semite and shit because when they were working on Snow White, there was a journalist there, and they used a word for little people, and I forgot what the word was. It's just one that was commonly used back then because they were trying to talk in code, so the story wouldn't be out fully at that point. And the journalist wrote it that he was racist and all that shit because I remember that because we had to learn about it in animation class and we got to
Well,
talk
that's
to one of the
interesting.
surviving animators.
I didn't know that, but the jokes still last.
Oh yeah.
You know, like,
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's always been there,
but you got to think of the time too. Like even back in like Walt Disney's day, like in the 30s and stuff, there was a lot of that.
Mhm.
It didn't matter, you know. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That was a long time ago.
yeah, they didn't
like,
care.
You can't watch a World War II fucking, era cartoon and there's like a cartoon Hitler nowadays and then apply nowadays politics to it and go, this is fucking racist.
Well, okay, have you ever seen the Donald Duck cartoon where they show what it's like to live under the Nazi regime?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, that means Donald Duck is a Nazi. I'm like, you don't even get the point of the cartoon, do you?
Right, you don't even get that it's a satire for American audiences to go, look how horrible this shit is. Like,
Nico, are you bringing me a bottle, baby? Thank you. Sorry, puppy.
but at the end of the day, like creating Magog was originally meant to bring all these like ideas, what my thoughts on these subjects, but now it's turned into more like I want to entertain.
Which is good. That's a good way to look at it. As long as you're having fun and you're entertaining at least even one person, that's good in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of doing like a parody of Game of Thrones with full blown, because like what has changed with me is my ideas of like self-censorship. Like back before I joined YouTube, I was like, okay, yeah, there's like HBO shows have nudity and rape and stuff in them like Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
And that's for certain audiences, and I really liked it because I like adult content. But I was always one of these people that were like, I'll still watch what I say in public areas, and I try to be respectful and stuff, and for the most part I still am. But what changed in me was how much I began to understand that there's this like mass censorship movement from the left right now. And so now that makes me want to say the things they tell me I'm not allowed to say even more.
Well, oh yeah.
So now I want to do a parody of Game of Thrones with nudity and shit in it, just with Magog. So I have like all this in-depth politics and stuff, and then Magog's in the background just going, "Why are you naked? There's no point in being naked while you're talking about who's going to rule this kingdom."
Oh,
It's
that
not-
would be great. Just
like-
have a cartoon naked unicorn walk by and just have him go, "What the fuck?"
Right? It's like I wanted to do this one parody where Magog is like running a store for adventurers to go, he's the merchant.
Oh, that
He's
would be
not the
great.
hero. And so like different heroes come in to buy shit. And I wanted to do an episode where like this naked woman comes walking in with white hair and little dragons all over her, like Daenerys. And it's just Magog's just standing there. She's like, I'm going to need this, 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 and this. And then he's just going to be like, you know, I can see your tits, right? Right? The hell is going on? Like the whole point of Magog was to be completely disenfranchised with what he was saying. It was the outsider looking in. He lives in a world that is completely like a medieval fantasy world. but he uses magic to open up a portal into our world and is seeing it for the first time. So it's that outsider looking in. It's that idea of like, if aliens came here, what would they think of our culture?
They think we're pretty fucked up.
Right. And so this idea of like Magog sitting there watching these like millennial SJW types on these YouTube videos bitching and moaning, but they get to like shit indoors, you know, and like take showers and stuff. Like he comes from the point of view where he lives in a horrible medieval world where like people die every day, you know, like, and he's sitting there going, why are you bitching? You know, like that was the whole point of Magog originally. Now he's kind of evolving into this, like, I really want to do a proper show, you know. It's going to be really fun. And I don't think anybody on YouTube has ever had the idea of doing like a grassroots sitcom, you know?
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be hysterical. I want to see the shopkeeper thing, because I just want to see Magog go, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're not going to die.
Yeah, like that's the whole premise of the first season of the sitcom when it launches, is once I have the medieval village built and all the actors and all the background people and all that stuff happening, Magog, the story is Magog's going to lose his wizard tower and go on the run. And he's going to end up in a small village.
Please tell me he's taking Poe with him.
Oh, yeah, of course. And he's going to open up a magic shop and sell to travelers and adventurers and stuff. And so the whole premise of the first sitcom is just his interactions with different characters of the world. And eventually, you know, he wants to conquer everything. He's just shit at it. You know,
I
like,
think it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with filming and stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And I've got a lot of big plans, but I think it's really fun because it's not just creating like a grassroots sitcom that doesn't have like a huge budget, but a big enough one for all the tricks needed to make it at least look like I don't know, like like one of those like nostalgic 90s like Xena and Hercules shows, you know, like
you
really
totally
bad.
Just start mocking the shit out of them in there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. You know, some leather-bound moon-faced goddess is gonna show up in the village going, hey, 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 and Magog's just gonna be like, I would bite into that and get lockjaw and have her drag me to death. You know, like. But yeah, it's
Magog is the fantasy version of Invader Zim.
Yeah, that's not a bad summation. But yeah, I feel like it's really cool because the community's involved too. Like my fans and my patrons, they get to send me props and they get to send me you know, ideas, and some of them are even going to like fly out and be background actors and stuff like that and bring their own like medieval gear. It's something for everybody to kind of have fun with and join in with. It's not just going to be some closed set show that has millions of dollars on Netflix. Don't get me wrong, I love Netflix stuff. You know, I love all these original contents coming out that's not on mainstream, you know, cable television. But I want to do something on YouTube that's never really been done before, and that is doing a show with beloved characters from kind of our political and social point of view, with this idea of non-censorship, this idea of real, you know, funny, dark comedy.
I offer mine, guys, involved. If you want to use any of them.
Yeah. Definitely need voice work and animators and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I can hook you up with some gorgeous animators. I posted a link in the chat if you're following it, and I can give it to you privately on Twitter for the animatic we did, which hopefully, guys, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we might be fully animating it. I am an animator and an animation person at heart. It'll never change, even if I can't animate anymore.
Right. Well, like that's a lot of the people that I kind of talk to and are friends with on YouTube are these guys that are trying to do the same thing as me. They're trying to create something new and original, like the guys over at Gulf City, you know, AP and Ghastly. Do you know who they are?
I've heard the names before, but I don't know if I've seen them.
Yeah. Angry Peppy and Ghastly the Ghost. They do this like parody cartoon.
I've seen them on the Kumite and stuff. I'm still kind of new to all
this. No, they're definitely on the Kumite. So you. Then
yeah, I've seen them before. I said, I'm still kind of new to getting into all this. This isn't really my realm normally.
Yeah. But it's time to branch out. I mean, everybody go check out Gulf City cartoons. I mean, that shit will make you laugh your fucking ass off. Like, Ghastly is like a ghost, and he is the leader of Fright Supremacy.
That is the greatest name ever.
It's and his arch enemy is Richard Spector instead of Richard
great.
Spencer. and it's just and Richard Spector is the leader of the alt-fright.
Oh my god, I love the puns. I hate the puns, but I love the puns at the same time.
Right? And it's so fucking hilarious. And they built I don't know, there was a live Gulf City stream ages ago when they first started where they cracked a joke about why are people worshiping a god that's invisible? Why not worship like the biggest and strongest thing that lives on the earth? And so they decided to worship the blue whale. And so they created this and they added it to their show. So now there's like their god is a blue whale called Alhut Al-Azim, krill beyond his name.
That is amazing,
and it's just,
but I hated it at the same time.
Right, it's so weird, but it's all so funny. And if you watch it, it's that kind of motion capture animation where he creates the characters and they all have bones, and then he'll set up his webcam and it'll capture the motion of his mouth.
They're asking, what's the name of it again? Okay, if anyone has the name of the channel, can you link it, please? Because you can link.
Yeah, I'll link. Well, if you give me a, Oh,
I need you on Twitter because I can't. I have the stream going on another computer from where I normally type. I'm such a spaz about this thing. Fright Supremacy, there we go. Seeking, if you could be really nice to
Fright Supremacy is their live stream channel. Gulf City Cartoons is the one with the actual cartoon show. And I'll
yeah, you're right. I already did mention it last stream, though. I still need to check them out. I'm terrible about that kind of thing. I'm just so busy lately.
I just put it in the side chat on the Hangouts, so you can copy it and...
Yeah, I'll be tweeting it out, guys, since that'll be the easiest way for me to do it. Can we work? Thank you. God, fuck you, Google.
Yeah, I don't have a wrench, so...
Oh, you should still be able to.
No, you can't post links unless you have a wrench.
I'll have to give you a wrench.
Yeah, I just typed something so you can give it to me.
There you go. If you guys want it, I just tweeted it out, so you guys can grab it that way.
Yeah, and Invader Tack...
there we go. Thank you, Tack, sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Magog. Now I'm going to give you a wrench.
Yeah. Thank you. And I have a live stream channel too, just called Magog Amorscar live streams. So if you just Google Magog Amorscar, it'll pop up. And that's where a lot of my out of character beyond Magog streams are, but it's also where side quest will begin. Again, we did side quest last year with Vamp. Vamp left the show, not through anything bad. She just had a different direction she wanted to go creatively.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we're all still friends. She started dating Tonka Saw and got involved with the Kumite. So she's more like the producer of the Kumite.
Oh, the few eepisodes I've watched of the Kumite, I give Tonka so much credit sometimes. Cause
I don't know how
raw shit.
Yeah, I didn't get into internet blood sports, but we're still friends. Like I don't tell people what to do with their own channels. Like
oh yeah, definitely not. I'd love to meet them sometime,
yeah.
but I don't think I could do anything like blood sports. I'd be too busy in the corner going, "Don't hurt me."
Mm-hmm. But like, Gulf City Cartoons and the Beardbarian and all of them. The Beardbarian's my business partner. And he has a channel that he plays a barbarian, and he does a lot more like adventure stuff. He doesn't talk about the social political stuff, but his videos are really funny. He goes out in the woods dressed as a barbarian and
oh yeah, I just subbed to him recently.
Yeah, and he's one of my co-hosts on SideQuest, as well as being my business partner, because he's from Canada, but he's probably gonna be coming down to Arkansas.
We can't blame him for being from Canada.
No, he hates it. He wants to move here permanently, but it's a huge, expensive process to immigrate.
Oh, I can imagine. What are you doing, Miko me? Oh, you still got the bottle you're playing with. Sorry, puppy. Puppies like to play with things that they find.
Mm-hmm. But Beardy's going to probably come down to Arkansas once the studio and the village is built. He's going to come down to Arkansas for 6 months at a time every year and film. And he's going to be a big part of the show as well. So it's a huge collaboration.
There we go. You died for a minute.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Probably because I have too many tabs open.
Bad boy. Well, we do have to wrap this up because I have to get going. I've got to take care of some stuff and some family things.
Oh, yeah.
But I hope we can talk again. It's been a lot of fun. It was great actually getting to meet you.
Yeah, and I feel the same. You know, it's really awesome to meet awesome people on YouTube. It's always nice.
I swear to God, if you don't stop chewing on that battle puppy. She looks at me and keeps doing it. Once again, guys, if you aren't subbed to Magog, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go sub to him and go check out his Patreon. Go give him some shekels. Go on, go throw him some shekels. The unicorn's demanding it. I'm going to go kill a puppy. I'll be back. But seriously, thank you for stopping by. And maybe we'll talk on Twitter?
Yeah, I followed you on Twitter. If you follow me back, my DMs are open anyway, but if you follow me back, I'll see it and have me on anytime, and I'll throw you a link when I live stream. You know?
Alrighty. So I'll see you. Bye.
Yep.
And I'll see you guys next time. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight. I still have some work to do, but I will be streaming tomorrow. And bye, guys. Oh, and thank you for the $5, Tazzy. Bye, sweetie. I got